Hello, welcome back. Welcome to All Signs Monday. Who's coming towards you and why now? This is going to be for every zodiac, starting with Aries through Pisces. And at the end, I'll be doing live mini readings. Usually I used to do that afterwards, but now I'm combining it. I'm only going to be taking a few, so get your questions in throughout the live stream, and I will get to them right after Pisces. So we are going to, hold on a sec. I have to fix the time on this. All right. So we're going to get started. I'm starting the timestamps. I'm going to start Aries at 1. Well, I usually start at 2:22. Let everybody come in. And then hello, Angel. Hello, Susan. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Bettina. Welcome. You guys, notice that on the top of the screen, it's showing that I'm doing my super chats today in this. Hello, Gigi. Hello, Amor. All right, guys. So it is my son's birthday today. Happy birthday to my son, Chandler. I cannot believe it. My God, my kids are getting so grown. It's not even funny. It doesn't even feel right. It's not fair, actually. I see all these people that seem like they're my age with babies. And I'm like, I wish my babies were that little right now. All right. Hello, Big Ape. All right. So let's get started with this. Today is who's coming towards you and why. Who is coming towards you? Hello, Eve. Bernadette. Welcome in. All right, guys. Aries. So we got so much Aries energy going on right now. I know. Happy birthday to that's my baby too. That's my baby. Let me get a good shuffle for you. All right, Aries. Aries. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to my baby boy, Chandler, whose birthday is today as well. So who's coming towards you right now? Let's look at who they're being right now. What's their energy that you're dealing with? All right. Well, I got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom, Aries. You could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. I almost feel like that's your energy, like you're just serious and trying to look at things from a serious perspective. It's like you want something to grow. You want to build upon something. So let's see your person. Look at this, the Page of Pentacles. All right, so like I said, it feels like you're showing up as a Queen of Pentacles, which is somebody who's got their shit together, somebody who is ready for responsibility, somebody who's ready to put it all together, somebody's ready to make plans for the future. And now your person, who they're showing up as for you is the Page of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, they've got plans, but their plans, are moving a little bit slower than yours. It's like they're showing up as a page, a couple steps behind. You've got potential here. I always say that, you've got a earthy energy here, and this is pretty promising. It's showing me that slow and steady. Yeah, if you're in a rush right now, this is not going to work with your person. There is somebody who is serious about a relationship. I always look at the Three of Pentacles here, the Three of Diamonds, which is, I do see a serious relationship here with you in the future, but I want to slow things down a bit, right? And so that can stress you out a little bit right now, because you're showing up as being sort of a more mature energy, like you've been ready and your person's just getting started. The thing is, what's pulling them towards you? They're ready for something new. There's the Death card that was coming out a lot last week and the week, last couple weeks. Your person has gone through a major shift in their life right now and huge transformation. It looks like they're wanting to build something stable and steady. They're just getting freshly out of a relationship, or they're just, something has gone on in their life and they're seeing things differently now. But what pulls them towards you is you're different, all right? There's something about rebuilding with you, and they're seeing potential and promise with you. They're drawn to your stability. They're drawn to your independence. They're drawn to your structure that you have for your own life. Maybe they're starting to realize that they need something a little bit more serious and stable in their life. Maybe you're their rock, right? You influence this person. So what's their block? Like if you're dealing with a block, I do have a Scorpio energy here too. The block is the Emperor card. So this is, man, you're showing up as boss. You're showing up as demanding in a very positive way. All right. It's like maybe this person's a little bit intimidated by you. Now, I don't care if this person has got it made, they got their life together, whatever, right? They can meet you and you have high standards or different standards than what they've been dealing with over the past few years or even months, right? But it looks as though the block is your energy. You're a hard person to keep up with. You're somebody who your presence is demanding, your authority is demanding, your leadership is demanding, right? And so it might be a little bit intimidating for your person where they're like, I need to start a little bit slower. We're getting to know each other. We're starting to figure things out. But you come across as somebody who likes to light a fire up under their ass, right? Now, I want you to know this person has much respect for you, whatever's going on here, but you look like a champ to this person. And there's no messing around here. You give off a presence that says, this is what I need. This is what I want. And also, maybe you're very much somebody who goes for what you want. You would take initiative. You're not afraid to speak your mind, and you're very authoritative, right? And so this could be somebody here is not used to that, right? Or they're used to being the one that is the one that's in charge, right? The one that, takes the first step, the one that moves forward. So what I'm sensing here between this person that's coming towards you, and you can see messages, somebody here who really wants to make it known to you that they're interested this week, right? I'm very interested in you, but your presence and the way you come across is a little bit stronger than what I'm used to. All right. So what you're not seeing about yourself in this position, the hanged man, right? It's not easy for you to hang back and not know what's going on. You don't like to be out of the loop. You don't like to be in silence. But it's also hard for you to surrender and let somebody else take the lead. You can see that here. You could be even dealing with a Pisces energy. Right. So your biggest challenge, Aries, this week is trusting that you don't have to be the one to always be initiating and doing things and being in charge and needing to influence the situation, right? In order to get this person's attention. You really are getting somebody's attention. They're just not. You're a little bit more confident than this person is. You're a little bit more assertive than this person is. And your challenge is going to be comfortable hanging back when things are quiet with this person, when things seem silent with this person, right? Or it feels like to me, Aries, like if you don't know what's going on, if you don't have control over the situation, then if you don't see change constantly with this situation, what I'm seeing is it really is uncomfortable for you. Like you have to be productive constantly in order to think something is moving in the right direction. But this death card here is saying something has even changed for you. And this is asking you to let go a little bit and let somebody show up for you, right? It's a new phase. It's a new cycle for you. It's a new year for you, new rules for you. All right. And also you're shaping somebody and and they respect you is what I'm seeing in this situation. Now, what's actually happening this week? Let's see what kind of movement we can get this week. And then we'll see if there's of course, I like to look at patterns and what you should do this week. All right. So what's happening this week? Look at this, the star card. All right, let's get a clarification with that. And I see the Ace of Wands. Talk about a spark of hope. All right. And I like this. So this could be somebody sparking interest, somebody reaching out to you, somebody connecting with you. The Star card is, you know, things are coming into alignment with you this week. So things could be instant. Things could actually move pretty fast for you this week. Somebody here letting it be known that they're very interested. Now, this is communication. You have the Page of Pentacles showing up with your person. Now, they may hint this week. All right. They may hint, and this is your energy. Hey, I'm here. I'm still here. Things look good. I'm interested in you. And I'm seeing here that both of you could be showing signs that you're both interested. You may catch glimpses or movement this week where you guys are at the same place, same time, right? Or you're thinking about them, but as soon as you're thinking about them, they could reach out to you. So notice synchronicities this week, Aries. All right. Now, the pattern that you might be dealing with here, and I have the Three of Swords. So I do feel like you and this person, you could be mirroring each other in a sense that you both have been disappointed in the past. All right. Or you both are seriously thinking you're going to get rejected, or you're afraid to get rejected. So keep that in mind, that both of you are, and it's dependent on your age, right? We're a little bit more, this is where you show up as, I need to know right away because I'm not getting hurt. And your person here trying to learn how to trust again and is moving slow. So both of you kind of have similar wounds, right? And this week is going to be challenging you to trust, right? To trust the situation and let it play out. All right, so let's see what you should do this week. And I see the Strength card for you. This guy's been coming out a lot lately. You have Leo, Aquarius energy. You have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have Pisces. And even somebody else could be an Aries with some of these strong placements. Now, you're being asked to really have confidence and self-control this week, especially with this Aries energy, because look, Aries, it's your birthday, but you're also dealing with a lot of Aries energy. I've been talking about this for a couple weeks, preparing us, and you have so much Aries energy going on that you're going to want to pump things up, and you want to, get, kind of like roll through stuff, and you might knock over people, trying to get shit done right now. And with that kind of energy, it may seem good to you and feel good to you, but like I said, other people might be feeling a lot of tense or heavy pressure right now with this Aries energy, especially people that aren't used to initiating or who can't handle confrontation, right? So just keep that in mind, that you're going to have to contain maybe that a little bit when you're around your person. And this, go punch a bag this week if you need to get some of that fire out. All right, so let's take a look at, I'm still going to do Aries through Pisces for you. I'll get a quick energy for those of you dealing with Aries through Pisces, and then I'm going to move on to Taurus. All right, so think about the person that's on your mind, whoever's on your mind. Now, you have the initial message, so I'll see the potential this week with them as well, or whatever spirit wants you to know. It looks like messages could come in this week from your person, so I'll give you the energy around that. All right. And if you just have a yes or no question on your mind, I will call out a yes or no, but make sure it's different from the read-in. All right, Aries, you have the Queen of Cups here. You have a yes energy. So your Aries here, really emotional this week. You may get emotional messages. Taurus, I see a yes for Taurus, right? I see clarity, Ace of Swords. All right, so new plans coming in. They may call you, want to make plans with you this week. Gemini, I got maybe, all right? There's still some trust issues here with Gemini. All right, pay attention to the red flags, or read between the lines, or ask questions when it comes to a Gemini. Cancer, I see that, the Death card, right? So it looks like Cancer is really playing out here. Something is changing. You may have a conversation this week that changes everything. We could see a new beginning happening here. And for the question on your mind, I get a no. Leo, maybe, all right, you both are torn, and you're sort of kind of the bumping heads here. There's still a little uncertainty, and somebody needs to make a decision. This week, there actually could be a decision being made, because Leo is showing up here. Virgo, I see no for the question on your mind, but I get a 5 of Wands. So it looks like there could be some tension between you and a Virgo this week. Pay attention to conflict if you're trying to talk, right? Or power struggles. Libra, I see yes. I see some flirtiness coming in. Very enthusiastic messages coming in with your Libra. Scorpio, I see yes. I see defending themselves, maybe taking the next step or pushing through any challenges you might have. Sagittarius, there's the Queen of Pentacles. I see yes. So I see grounding in, maybe a serious conversation this week. Capricorn, I see yes. I see the Strength card. All right, so maybe a double yes for Capricorn, the question on your mind. But it's saying discipline and self-control with a Capricorn. Aquarius, I see fun messages. Yes, falling in love. Somebody really expressing themselves this week. And Pisces, I see the Three of Wands. You have a yes for the question on your mind. But I have Three of Wands, so it looks like making plans maybe this week with a Pisces, future plans. All right, guys. Let's see who is coming towards my Taurus. Hello, Cassius, Garlic Joseph. I don't know if it's garlic or garlock. Starlight Sky, what's up? All right, guys. Keep in mind, I'm not doing the super chats after this. I'm doing them at the end. So I will take some questions if you guys want to do them at the end. If not, that's it, because that's where I'm going to do them on Mondays during my live streams now. All right. Taurus, let's see. 16, 16. All right, Taurus. So you can still do PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or just a super chat. But that way we can just go straight into it and I don't have to separate the live stream. All right. Supernova. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Taurus. Let's see what I can see. Who's coming towards you and why this week? What kind of movements? All right. So think about your person, whoever's on your mind. All right. Just try and bring them in. Let's see if they're coming towards you. Yes, I'll do timestamp. All right, let's see. All right, Nine of Wands, Taurus. Overall energy starting off. So starting off the show, your person here could really be under a lot of pressure, okay? So keep that in mind right now. You might be doing good. Everything might be great, but it looks like your person may be holding back a little bit here. You know, it feels like, you know, just overwhelmed with life in general, right? Work, whatever, chaos, maybe exhausted from something that you guys have been through. You know, but this here tells me they don't want to give up on this. All right. They don't want to give up on this situation. Look at the Death card. Again, the Death card, man. There's like a lot of people right now really going through some change that says, I can't do this anymore. I can't, you know, keep hiding from this situation or this problem I'm having, right? I really need some change in my life. And this is what I'm feeling with your person. So it could be a Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy, right? So let's see your person. 10 of Swords, a very difficult time for your person right now. This is where they're operating from. So I want you to know that when you're talking to your person this week or connecting with your person this week, they are really feeling, you know, difficult, right? They might be pushing away from you, holding back, having a difficult time, feeling like, you know, something's ending in their life, something's leaving their life. They have no control over situation in their life. And it just feels like they're really dealing with loss of some sort. Now, if this is with you, if this is the situation with you, this is really weighing on them. All right. So let's see what's pulling them towards you, though, this week, because what I am seeing here is somebody is trying to get out of a situation or a mindset that they're in right now. And this could be the best thing ever that's happened to the person on your mind. It could be because right here tells me the most difficult part of their life is over, or the situation is over, and your person is seeing clearly right now. They're starting to see what's not working for them and how something is wearing them out so much that they really want a new start in their life. So what is pulling them towards you? The Five of Pentacles. Look at this. All right, sometimes people have to hit rock bottom, and they're feeling distant from you, and it's really weighing on them. So it looks like somebody here is starting to feel like maybe there's something here that you've got right. Maybe there's something here they're missing you. Maybe they don't like being away from you. Maybe it's more painful for them to be away from you than it is going through whatever they're going through on their own. All right. So what's stopping them from moving forward? The judgment. They have to have their own awakening. Your person, you can't solve your person's problems. That's what this is coming down to right now. All right. I don't think your person wants you to know how painful of a time they're going through right now. Whether this is they're keeping you distant, right? They want to protect you. They think they're making a good decision. They think that you're going to judge them. They don't. Maybe they're feeling judged by the world. Maybe they're feeling judged by the situation they're in. Maybe their situation is just making them forget who they are. Right? So this week, there's a turning point. The relationship is going to move in a new direction. There's something about you that is pulling them out. You're grounding them, or being away from you is actually more painful than being with you. All right. So the Judgment card, you seem to be somebody who is clear, who can make good decisions, right? Somebody who maybe they're realizing now that you've got it right. You've got it made. You know how to help. You know how to make them feel comforted. Maybe you're their rock. This is your energy right here, the Five of Pentacles. You seem to do whatever or would do it for anything for this person is what I'm getting. And maybe it takes somebody being away from you or to hit rock bottom before they finally wake up to a situation, right? So what you're not seeing about yourself, the Devil, I think that you're worrying about somebody and you're thinking, you're taking it personal. I feel like this person's triggering you, but this person here is really just trying to hide whatever it is that they don't want you to judge or don't want you to see about them. Maybe they do deal with an addiction, but I feel like you're stressing and you're putting a lot more pressure on yourself about this situation. And really what it feels like right now, Spirit is saying to you, Taurus, stay grounded this week. There is a lot happening with you too, this energy that we're going through. And you're going to see that what's going on with your person is they are dealing with something that is going to wake their ass up, and your relationship is going to move in a new direction. You have strong Scorpio energy. You have Capricorn energy. Your person is releasing addictions, releasing patterns. All right. So let's take a look. What's actually happening this week? It looks like, look at this. Finally, some movement happening where you are moving. You may get a confession this week, actually. The energy is shifting from confusion, mixed messages, right? Your person is going to give you a headache if you're trying to figure them out right now. Look at this, the Devil card. It's like there's a lot of love here, and this person could really be triggering you because you want to figure it out. And your person's been very unclear lately, giving lots of mixed messages, or maybe even to some of you just feeling like frustrated, like you've been having arguments or disappointments. All right. And you're seeing here, though, that this week you're actually moving on from this difficult situation. Right? Your person needs to hit this point in their life in order for them to turn things around. You're seeing a difficult situation drastically change with your person this week, and you guys are moving forward here. All right. So this feels really internal for your person as well, too. And it feels like they have a hard time communicating their problems to you. All right. They think they're making the best decision by keeping it to themselves. But really, what it's happening is it's really messing with your head. All right. So let's see the deeper thing, what's going on here. The Page of Wands. Your person only wants you to see them when they're having fun. Your person only wants you to see, maybe they even feel like you judge them if you knew that they had problems going on or how deeply they were affected by these problems. Now, this is telling me that your person really does try to wear a mask around you. So when they do reach out to you or when they're around you, they're always on their best, right? They really do not want you to see their problems. They don't want you to see what's going on in their inner world. And now you may be looking at this as they're being immature. Maybe they've showed up for you in the past and it seems like they act like nothing's wrong. They come in, they start flirting or having fun, and they just act like everything's fine. But that's not the case. And it looks like this week your person's finally hitting rock bottom where they can't tuck this stuff underneath the rug anymore, that it's finally coming out. So I see a confession, a strong confession for you. Any advice for you this week? And I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles. All right. This to me is telling you to just keep doing what you're doing. Don't lose yourself in this situation. All right. It seems like new plans, a reconciliation coming in, and you can see movement from Five of Pentacles to Six of Pentacles. It looks like your person's really starting to see what you've given to them and see your value this week. And this is saying, you know, friendly, respect, generosity this week, but not losing yourself in a relationship this week with somebody, okay? They may come in and try to act like everything is fine too, but I want you to know that this person here is really, really overcoming some deeper pain that they've been trying to avoid, right? And this week, it looks like you may get, like I said, this effort. They may try to be more consistent with you. I think it's going to be hard for them to hide this from you, Taurus. All right. So yours is a little bit deeper. I do have an Aries energy. And I have a Capricorn and a Scorpio, very strong fire energy this week. You're going to see some improvements. And look at the Nine of Wands. Your person's reaching a breaking point, which is why you probably have noticed lately that they have been pulling their energy back from you. They're done. Your person is depleted. And this isn't with you. This is with their own patterns. This is with their own behaviors. They're done with this and they're wanting change in their life. All right. And you see the Death card underneath there. It's like the time has come. All right. So with that being said, we see moving out of a difficult situation with your Aries through Pisces. Is it confusing for you guys when I say the yes, no portion, or do you like that? Do you like that portion? Because when I do the Aries through Pisces, I'm going to give you the energy. We do see that you're moving forward here, so you're going to move in a different direction. I'm going to see each zodiac sign. But if you have a question, okay, if you have a question on your mind, keep it separate from the reading, and I will call out a yes, no, or maybe. All right, Aries through Pisces. Aries, you have a yes. Aries stepping up to the plate. Look at that. King of Wands showing up. If you go back to Aries energy, you'll notice that Aries has a lot of energy going on right now. So looks very positive for you and an Aries. Stay true to your vision. And the answer is yes. Taurus, you have a 10 of Cups. All right. So things are gonna get better. All right. Long-term relationship, Taurus. It's looking like 10 of Cups. Everything coming together. All right. You have Mars taking action, and you have a yes for Taurus. All right. We have Gemini. We have a yes. All right. We also have messages, emotional messages coming in with a Gemini. Cancer, all about you. We have King of Pentacles. All right. Wanting to bring more stability to the relationship. So we are seeing a yes here with the Cancer. Leo, yes. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady movement this week. Virgo, a yes. All right. They're holding on to their heart here, very protective, right? But you do see that they don't want to lose this. They're invested. Libra, Ace of Cups, all right? Opening up their heart to you this week. Yes. Scorpio, you have a yes, but Scorpio here is dealing with a little bit of depression or feeling down. Sagittarius, you have a maybe, all right? We are seeing the Lovers card, all right? So there's a lot of triggering happening here between you and a Sagittarius, right? But the Lovers card talks about communication, and you guys, may have a lot of things you have to work through with a Sagittarius, but a major choice between the two of you. Capricorn, I see no for your question, and I see the Five of Pentacles. Your Capricorn also having a difficult time right now, so that's the energy they're showing up in. And Aquarius, wanting to make it work, all right? So Aquarius coming in, I see commitment around Aquarius, and I see yes. And Pisces, I see reconciliation, so Six of Cups. They really miss you, all right? And I see a yes with a Pisces. All right. So the paid live is after this, Sherry. So I'm not going to stop this live stream. I'm going to go right into the super chats, all right? So, and they will be right after I end Pisces. All right, let's see, Gemini. So you can still do it the traditional way, or you can do super chat. All right, Gemini. Let's keep it rolling. Stay with me. Let's keep me clear for Gemini. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Gemini time. Yes, Carissa. Gemini time. All right. Gemini. Let's see who's coming towards you this week. So take a minute to think about whoever's on your mind. All right. And let's see the energy they are in right now. So we're looking at who they really are, not what you think they are, what's going on with them. All right. We have the Queen of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So we have Aries, Leo, Sag energy. All right. And overall energy, you're looking good. All right. You're looking good. So you got to give yourself a little bit more credit. Don't let other people's expectations or whatever they're doing affect what you think about yourself. All right. Because you're showing up in a really good energy. All right. So if something doesn't seem like it's showing up for you right now, and you're doubting yourself, just know that obviously there's something else going on behind the scenes. So let's see your person. Look at this, the Two of Wands. That's very promising. You have a person here who doesn't know how to let go of a situation that they've been in for quite some time. Now, that could be, I've been single for a while. I've been used to traveling for work. I'm always on my own. Or I'm leaving a relationship and I just don't feel steady yet. I don't feel ready yet. But obviously my eyes are on you. My eyes are ready to reach out. So this week, I can already tell that somebody's on the fence here, wanting to make plans, wanting to let you know that they're there. All right. But the problem you're having is, why won't they just let go of their assumptions? Why won't they let go of this chapter of their life that they know that they're not happy with anymore? Why won't they, it usually comes down to assumptions. What if this doesn't work out? What if I get rejected? What if I leave this situation, but I make the wrong choice? So this is what you're dealing with somebody. You got to hold your ground. You got to hold your ground here. Hold your vision. All right. So what is pulling them towards you? And I'm seeing the Six of Wands. All right. So that speaks volumes right here. You have all fire showing up. Right? All fire showing up for you right now. And the energy right now is all fire. All right. So it's easy for you to get pissed off. It's easy for you to get in your head and get distracted with thoughts. It's easy for you, to want to initiate or take action too soon. Right. And your person, though, the fire is lit up into their ass. So it looks like they're drawn to you. You must be getting a lot of attention. You must be looking good. Own it. Own it this week, guys. All right. Somebody needs to hear this out there. All right. You must be standing up above the crowd. Maybe you work with somebody. Maybe you're online. Maybe they see you when you're not looking. Maybe they peep into your windows. That's kind of creepy. I'm kidding. But I'm saying the Six of Wands. All right. This person appreciates the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. But they just won't let go of this part of them that, maybe somebody else is like making it difficult for them, right? Somebody's making it difficult for them. But when I see what's pulling them towards you is you got it going on. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe you come across like you just have standards that like nobody can reach? Nobody can match, but like you're like, what? I'm kind. I know exactly what's going on, right? And it's like the way you think you look to other people is coming through right now. You must have a very strong presence about you and you don't realize how strong it is. And somebody else is like, a little intimidated by it. I know that word's coming up now twice today. And I'm feeling like you got to keep carrying that torch. Because there may be a little bit of anticipation here, a little bit of a hesitation here with your person, but that doesn't mean that you don't have the grip on them. So let's see what is stopping them from moving forward. The Ace of Swords, right? It looks like they keep second guessing themselves. Communication. What do I say? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I need to break communication. You know what I feel like? I feel like this kid, I feel like your kid, the person you're dealing with, a kid. I feel like I hear my son coming through because my son's a Gemini rising. And if they know I'm waiting for a phone call or I sent a message to them, they'll wait. And then they start to beat themselves up in their head like they've taken so long. Like they're waiting for the right time to say something to you. You know, and it's also honesty. This person, it seems like they stumble with honesty a little bit, you know, and I don't mean that in the Seven of Swords way, like, you know, you can't trust this person, but it just feels like this person stumbles with their words and they don't know how to say exactly what they want to say. And they just miscommunicate. So what are you not seeing about yourself? Look at this, Two of Pentacles. You're very inconsistent. You're very inconsistent. All right. So you may have a lot going on, or maybe you have other opportunities. Maybe this person thinks that you're talking to somebody else, or you have another relationship, or you have a lot going on. Right. So, but I'm feeling like Gemini, you're showing up a little bit inconsistent. 1 minute you may be feeling confident about this, but maybe you're going back and forth. You're uncertain about this person. All right. So your inconsistencies, if 1 minute you're a certain way, but then the next minute you pull your energy away because you're doubting a situation, your person's going to read that as you're not interested. But you're in your world, in your inner world, you're pulling away because you think they're not interested. Does that make sense to you? Because that's where somebody else is watching every little move you make. What's actually happening this week? All right, well, we got the Six of Swords for you too. So it looks like things could actually move forward and smooth out this week. Any kind of mixed messages or communication. Seems like you may get some sort of clarity this week. You have 2 sixes showing up for you, and Gemini, you're number 6. So I would say 6s are your number of synchronicity this week. You got to know that you're pulling this person towards you. What's the pattern underneath? What keeps triggering this? The 8 of Pentacles. When somebody pulls away from you or acts like they're not interested or distracted, you go back and forth with somebody's not interested in you. So you're wavering. You got to stay consistent and know that this person sees you as a hot commodity. You just have somebody here. Let's go back to the first. It's like you're reading them wrong. They really have a tight grip on something that they need to find closure with, you know, another relationship, or if they've been single for a while, or if there's a difference in money, age, level of career, you know, anything like that. Your person is a little bit, you know, they're reading into everything you're doing, but you're reading them, and you're reading them as pulling away from you, but they're reading you as pulling away from them. So your job this week is to not get lost in, if they are distracted or they act, it looks like your person might get distracted easily. Don't think that they're pulling away from you. They're actually pulling closer to you, but maybe they don't want to seem anxious. They don't want to seem anxious. They don't want to seem needy, right? And it's just going to take time if you're in a rush. And I know some of you are like, well, damn, but if I could solve the world's relationship problems, I would. But we all know right now that there are so many problems out there with people afraid to approach, people afraid to make the wrong choice, people afraid of a rejection. There's just so many things. People will run at the first sign of conflict or challenges. And right now it does seem like you're at the early stages of a relationship starting. Even if you've been dealing with this for a while, all right, you're still dealing with, that's a perfect word, this insanity of somebody here just not quite sure what to do to make the first move or to reconnect with you. So what should you do right now? The 10 of Pentacles, I'm getting stay focused on what it is your plan is. All right, you got to stay invested. All right, but don't lose yourself in this. Don't lose yourself in this in all. Here's my perfect advice for you. Don't read into every little thing this week. Try not to read into every little thing this week, all right? So let's look at Aries through Pisces. If you're connected to an Aries through Pisces, let's see the energy that they're dealing with. And if you have a question on your mind, I'll give a yes or no for that, but don't let it confuse you. All right, let's see. Look, the Two of Pentacles just fell out again. So that really is, you know, it's adapting and being flexible, and there's a back and forth between you and your person. And I think you guys are both doing the same little dance. You have a lot of fire here, and you have Earth showing up for you. But let's see Aries through Pisces. Look at the Knight of Pentacles. Aries. All right, Aries is leaving a situation behind. So this week, it looks like things could start to get better for you. It seems better. It may be quiet. But the Ten of Swords is telling me that your Aries here is leaving a situation. That's why things have been quiet between the two of you. All right, but things are going to get better moving forward. I have the no for your question. Taurus, I see communication, really wanting to talk to you this week. You guys may get together here. It looks like really fun energy, or you're building a strong friendship. The answer is yes to your question. Gemini, I have the Hermit card. I have, you know, this is, you got to get out of your little hermit cave here, or out of your ways of thinking. The Hermit, it can be somebody who's stuck in their ways. You may be overthinking a situation here. Now, if somebody has been quiet, another Gemini on you, I do see that. Don't lose faith in it, all right? But the answer is no to the question on your mind. Cancer may be feeling a little bit pressure to conform to commitment, right? Or they may be in a commitment. So the answer is maybe right now. I'm saying don't lose faith in this one either with a Cancer. But it does feel like the pressure of commitment is on them. Leo, I see walking away from a situation right now and focusing. So it may feel like, you know, they're distant from you, but it does seem like they're leaving an unhealthy situation, which is what you could have been dealing with. So give it a little bit more space. All right. I have no for the question on your mind. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Virgo is all about this. It looks like they're taking this serious with you. All right. The answer is yes. And it's very unpredictable energy here too with the Virgo. So expect the unexpected this week. Libra, I see communication coming in. All right. They definitely want to talk to you. The answer is yes. Scorpio, you got the Sun card. All right. This is really good. All right. The truth coming out this week with a Scorpio. The answer is yes. Sagittarius, you have the Emperor card. So Sagittarius taking action towards you this week? The answer is yes. All right. They definitely are more serious than you may think. Capricorn holding back just to look cool, or they're afraid to lose control of the situation. The answer is yes. Just keep going here with Capricorn. You guys have they're really attracted to you, and it seems like you're building something there. Aquarius is still dealing with something from their past. Give it a little bit more time. The answer is no. Pisces, you have a Queen of Wands. So Pisces is all about you. All right. You definitely are attracting them in. And I see the answer is yes. Hello, Moonflower. All right. So how you liking it? Today's reads? You guys like the setup of it? I'm trying to shake it up a little bit. All right, let's clear the energy for Cancer. I'll go to darts with you if he doesn't go to darts with you. Cancer. Oh, I gotta put the banner on. Cancer. Cancer, Cancer. Let's see for my Cancers, who is coming towards you this week? All right. All right, so who are they? Who's this person? Not what you think, all right? It's what's really going on. Let's see. All right, you have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn showing up for you as well. So somebody here, you know, slow and steady, slow and steady. All right, so let's see. All right, but you're also, you know, the King of Pentacles to me feels like you're in a place right now where you need somebody who's committed, somebody who, you know, is really ready to settle in here. All right, so let's hope your person is. Let's see where they're at. Look at the Page of Pentacles. You got the kind of same thing as the Aries did. All right, you're grown, all right? You're ready for somebody who can show up consistently, somebody who is who's ready to jump right in, right? But your person here is operating from a place of, I need to take my time again, right? I'm interested in you. So if they're not rushing into things, or they're trying not to rush into things with you, what so far the energy I'm seeing is it's because they value you. All right, they want to trust this, they want it to work. So depending on where you're at, one, I can see they're planning on reaching out. Two, it's like, but I don't want to rush in, especially if this is a reconciliation. I just don't. I want to be able to do this right. I want to take our time. All right. So, what is pulling them towards you? They've had time to reflect. This is somebody who's walking away from some, you know, they're making a choice to leave behind unhealthy relationships. Maybe this is somebody, is what I'm feeling like. They did for a while want to keep the field open. They wanted to keep their options open. They definitely wanted to see what was out there. And it looks to me like they didn't find what they were looking for, but they did get it out of their system. So you have somebody who's ready to evolve and move, right? But now here comes Cancer, and Cancer is always ready to get married at the second you say hello, right? I'm playing with you, but you know that is the stereotype for a reason, right? So it's like, you know, you needed to, it's hard for you to let go when somebody walks away from you. You want to navigate and control the entire outcome of the situation. And then, you know, you never know how long it takes somebody to process what's going on, but they had to go through what they're going through to realize that they want something more. So I see somebody being pulled, you know, back towards you, right? But again, you know, this is going to be a slow start, because what happens when somebody comes back around, Cancer, is we immediately think it's going to be the same as before, and we react from a place where they expect us to react from, because they remember the old you or the last time they saw you, right? So your job, and I haven't even gotten there yet this week, is not to be the person they expect you to be who you've grown into. All right, because your person's gone through some sort of metamorphosis where they're ready for something healthy, something new. And I have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for you, or somebody with strong earthy energy. So what's stopping them, or what's been stopping them? The Hierophant. So take this with a grain of salt, Cancer, but what's hesitant with them, the reason why they're not reaching out right away, and the reason why it shows little or slow consistency. So you may get a message and it may not be, say your person reaches out this week, and then all of a sudden you're going to want to talk from morning to night. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's not the energy they're in. All right. The reason why is because it looks like they know you want to jump right back into commitment. And the Hierophant is the pressure on them to conform to a commitment or relationship right away is what pushes them or holds them back from reaching out to you. So you go from 0 to 100 right the second they reach out. And whether you realize it or not, they can sense it from you. You could talk, you can make it up, you can whatever. I don't care, right? But they know you. This person knows you. And they know that you're what you want. You've made it clear. They know exactly what you want. So it's going to be a challenge for you to hold back and look at. This is what for you this week, the Judgment card. Can you make a choice to know that this relationship is moving in a new direction? And this is following your truth and showing up and deciding the version of yourself that you're going to be when they show up. Don't let them pull you back into the old version of yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this. I'm going with the flow. We don't need to rush. I know we want commitment. I know I want commitment. But just know, and this is sort of a warning with the reading I'm picking up, it doesn't mean it has to resonate with you. But what I'm seeing is, you know, if somebody feels like we're going back to the past here, and I'm feeling a lot of pressure to rush the situation and to conform to this, this person may run again or may run, right? So we can avoid that. So what might happen this week? It looks like a difficult time is turning around. All right, let me get one more, and I see the 9 of Cups. All right, to me it feels like this week you're going to turn that frown upside down, because somebody here doesn't like to keep you pushed away. The reason this person pushes you away is because of what I've already said twice. I'm not going to say it again. All right. That's the reason. And if it's a Taurus energy or somebody with Taurus placements, even if it's a Scorpio and there's a lot of Taurus energy happening right now. And Taurus talks about comfort. If somebody's peace is shaken up or they feel challenged, I'm just being real with you. If they feel challenged or their peace is disrupted, they will push you away but not want to. But this week, it looks like you're turning that around, because somebody does not like pushing you away. They want to be back in your life, or they want to be in your life. So even if this is a new relationship, you have that Page of Pentacles. All right. What's your pattern that's happening? The 2 of Cups. You fall in love instantly. The first person, is this my soulmate? I'm kidding with you. I'm just joking. But you do give yourself emotionally right away. And as soon as somebody, you know, reaches out or you reconcile, and immediately you get pulled into with your emotions. And, you know, you got to slow down here and start from a clean slate, because it does look like somebody really wants to open up to you emotionally this week. I love that for you. So let's look at Aries through Pisces. All right, so I'm going to do yes or no for the question on your mind, Cancer. Don't confuse it with the message, okay? It's your own question, and choose a question that's different from what I just said. We see somebody here who wants to start something up with you. Let's see what else I can get for each zodiac sign, Aries through Pisces. All right. Aries. Aries is getting sick of being alone. The light's coming on with an Aries. If they ghosted you or you've been distant for a while, it looks like that's coming to an end. Okay. The answer is no. All right. To the question on your mind. But I see a lot of healing here happening with an Aries. Taurus. All right. Taurus got their eye on you, right? They want to make it work. All right. So I have yes for your question on your mind. I see communication coming in here too. Strong communication. Gemini. Gemini is ready to make a decision. All right. The question on your mind is maybe. The reason it's maybe is because you have ultimate choice, right? Whatever it is you want to do, go for it. All right. Cancer, I see yes. Look at this, the Temperance card for you. So sometimes things just take time and moderation. And the Temperance card is reminding yourself every moment to just, calm, stay calm, keep me clear, keep me focused, keep me calm, guide my steps, right? That's that whenever I pull a Temperance, that's what I say to myself. But it looks like the timing is now. It's coming in for you. And I see a yes for the question on your mind. Leo, good times coming in with you and a Leo, all right? They really value your time, value hanging out with you, thinking about you. I see yes. Virgo's leaving a situation behind, right? So I am getting that they are broken down right now. The Ten of Swords can be leaving a difficult situation. You're going to have to give it a little bit more time. It could be slow this week to come in, but if they are recovering from a relationship, that is why they're slow to move in a relationship with you. All right. And I see Libra. It's no for the question on your mind. Libra, there could be some conflict, right? Watch out for power struggles this week with you and a Libra. Try not to force things. I have an answer of no for the question on your mind. Scorpio, I see 9 of Cups, right? So this is your desire coming in. They definitely want to see you. The answer is yes to the question on your mind. Sag has got a lot on their mind, all right? So they definitely have some doubts they're dealing with. They're still in their head, kind of feeling helpless about the situation. Maybe they just don't know what to say yet, all right? Or if they do reach out to you, just know that they have some trust issues with this, right? So if it's very slow to start, just know that that's what's going on. They're testing the waters. The answer is no to the question on your mind. Capricorn, 3 of Swords, they're afraid to get hurt again. All right, the answer is no to the question on your mind. Aquarius, I see yes, they want to make things right with you. The answer is yes. Pisces, all right, they're missing you. All right, they're wanting to turn things around with you. I do feel like they struggle with letting you in, letting you know. The answer is no to the question on your mind. Yes, the super chats are the same rules. Hello, Davey. Hello, AA. And the super chats are the same rules as always. They're just now at the end of this one. So I can just keep going and not take a break. And the thing about the YouTube thing, I know there's glitches, all right? So just remember I'm live. Maybe hit that notification, subscribe. YouTube's really been taking forever to process my videos. You can obviously see I've been going through a little struggle the past couple weeks. And so whatever you can do to help push it along, but that's what's going on. But stay strong and keep going on. Keep going. Hello, Miss Cassandra. All right, 55, 55. All right, Leo. Leo. Hello, FG. All right, who's coming towards you? All right, so take a breath, Leo, and focus on whoever's on your mind. All right, let's see what's really going on with them right now. What's their energy? Maybe you're misreading them. So let's see. All right, you got the Star card at the bottom of the deck. So obviously you and this person definitely are both thinking about each other, thinking about what's gone on, think about what could be. So don't lose sight of what feels real. All right, that's what I've got for you. All right, you both desire the same kind of outcome. You might be the light that keeps this person going. This person thinks very positive of you. All right, this person definitely thinks very positive of you, especially if you guys are apart. It does not matter. All right, this person's still sending good vibes to you. All right. They want good things for you. They want good things for this relationship. If you and maybe they're even hoping that you guys just somehow come together. You have an Aquarius energy. Let's see what's going on with them. Look at this, the 9 of Swords. Right? Forgiveness, right? A lot going on in their mind. So somebody here definitely playing things over and over and over and over in their head. This is a headache. This is, somebody that's going through a lot on their mind. And I feel like a person isolates themselves when they are too stressed out. They don't want to see something end. They don't want to deal with something ending. They don't want to deal with, maybe some of their choices they made in the past with you, right? I feel like this person feels like you both have regrets, right? You have regrets. All right. Now, this person here too is like, they have trust issues. So even if this is somebody that, is hoping, maybe they're going through a tower right now because that star is going on, and maybe they're just not wanting you to see, what's going on with them. They don't want to have any regrets. They don't want to mess up, right? So I do see somebody here who is in self-protection mode. They have trust issues. So that's real. That's real. What do? You're like, oh, but you can trust me, right? You can trust me. It's, your person here may have been let down by so many, or let down by somebody that they just left a relationship with. So they get in their head a lot, but what's pulling them towards you? The Ten of Swords. They don't want to lose you. Wow. They don't want to see this end. It's more difficult to think of this being completely over. You know, they don't want to walk away from this opportunity with you. So what's stopping them? What has been stopping them? The Ten of Wands. Not much now. This could be a huge breakthrough week for you, right? A huge breakthrough week. Somebody may confess to you that they've been going through I was going to say a dark night of the soul, a dark night. And it's been weighing on them a lot more, but they may not be ready to let you know or confess to you. So let's see you. What are you not seeing about the Moon card? I think like you're all over the place in your emotions with this situation. You're expecting the worst to happen. You're expecting the worst to happen in this situation, and so much is changing. So I'm going to tell you right now that right now things do seem a little bit like all over the place with you in this connection. Maybe some of you have been having, downloads at night. Maybe you've been even dreaming, about this, or you're been questioning whether or not you should let something go or not. I would say this isn't the week to do that. Your person's on the fence of, something, going through some sort of breakthrough in their life where they're releasing something major in their life. And it's been reflected back on you. You may have been taking this and internalizing this and wondering what's going on, because I feel like your person has isolated themselves. All right. Isolating themselves from you because, right now in this kind of energy, they're stuck. Their silence right now is because they're processing a lot that's going on in their life, and you're caught up in this. Now they're also fearful because they think they're going to lose you, because if they don't hurry up and figure out what's going on with them, they're going to lose an opportunity with you, and they may feel like you're changing. You may have been questioning things with this person, but they know that this could cost them their relationship with you. And it feels like your person's waiting for the right moment, but the right moment's going to happen out of their control. Now, this person does tend to sabotage things, and I think that's what they're realizing. And they don't want to sabotage this with you. You may be interpreting this as rejection, and your nervous system's all over the place. Like, you may be reading into this all wrong, completely wrong. All right. You're waiting for certainty. You want all the facts before you move forward, but certainty is not going to come from this person right now, because again, it's like, I think it was like Taurus or something like that, that's going through some huge mental collapse where they finally have to go through this before there's change. So what is moving this week? I see the Three of Swords. So this week you may be feeling like they're still a little bit distant from you, and you're dealing with a lot of uncertainty with this person right now, but this is only momentarily. There's a lot this person's processing on. This is more painful if you guys are separate, or so your person's pulled back on you. They don't want to lose you, but they may feel like in this energy that they're in, that they could sabotage the situation with you. So your advice here, I'm going to give it to you right now with the Moon card, is don't read into this week. They may have pulled away from you, or maybe pulling away a little bit, but this is somebody that does not want to lose you. This is temporary. What's your pattern with this? The Devil card. You usually get obsessed or start to think that you did something wrong. So this person triggers you. Now, there may be some sort of addiction here or something that has been going on and on again, off again with this person. But you can see that you immediately go to the worst expectations of the situation. You immediately think the worst, expect the worst to come out. Your person here is trying to process something and does not want to sabotage this chance with you. Now, look, you got the Star card. So there's a tower happening here. You can see it. There's a tower happening here in your person's life. And it's actually an opportunity that is clearing out all this unhealthy energy that is going to make it so that you guys can actually see things change. It's a cycle you're dealing with, but it's a closure of a cycle with this person. So if this has been something you've been dealing with for a while, let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Six of Pentacles. Things are finally coming together here for you and this person. It feels like the timing is going to be coming in. Whether you have to wait a little bit, maybe this week, you may notice this person, maybe they will confess to you this week. Maybe there will be some healing energy. But the Six of Pentacles is showing that there's a new contract coming in, which means we're going to be playing by new rules here. Somebody being more consistent with you. Somebody has the energy to give to this. So I'm going to say this could be happening over the next couple weeks, not just this week, because this week here it shows like there's something going on this week that is ending a situation that is going to bring this closer with you two. All right. So let's see Aries through Pisces. You have a Capricorn energy. You have a Pisces energy showing up. All right, show me more energy with each zodiac sign, Aries through Pisces. And if you have a question on your mind, yeah, Leo, you got a lot of swords and wands. But I'm telling you, somebody doesn't want this to end with you. So if this is a divorce matter, or this is somebody you're dealing with going through a divorce, this could be the heaviest week for them, or the realization, or the regret, or the guilt of what's gone on. Somebody may be second guessing if they've left you, if they've left a situation. It's causing a lot of pain here this week. So whoever needed to hear that, if you just had a recent breakup too. All right, Aries. I see a yes for an Aries. I do see communication. All right, they're starting to see clearly. You have Uranus here with Aries. So, just what you think or how you think it could be going, Uranus is saying it's probably going to go completely different. Taurus, timing's an issue here with Taurus, but it is, things are actually moving back into balance with you guys, right? So just stay clear. You have a yes with a Taurus. I see peace. They want peace between the two of you. Gemini wants to be together with you too. They're invested in this, and they're hoping that things will come together long term. Yes. Cancer, you have coming in pretty fast this week too. The chemistry between the two of you always brings you guys back together, or brings you together. The answer is yes. Leo, 9 of Wands. Wow. So Leo, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. What's stopping them right now is maybe they're holding back so that you guys don't give up, right? So you don't give up. Because it seems like a situation you're dealing with is like right at its breaking point. The answer is yes to your question. Virgo, I see you got them in their head, really thinking about all the possibilities, but Virgo is definitely worried about what ifs. And the answer is no. It's the question on your mind. Libra, questioning everything. They're in their head. So I am seeing this week here, they could be not taking action right now because of doubt, fear, just feeling kind of isolated for a moment, right? Shut down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's Libra. Yeah. So the answer is no to the question on your mind. Scorpio, Four Cups, right? So it looks like they're just stuck on something. They're focusing on the negative, right? But love's coming in. You have yes. Sagittarius, I see a conversation coming in. All right, they definitely have love for you. The answer is yes. Capricorn, no right now. A lot of anxiety and negativity between you and a Capricorn. There's that Nine of Swords. Aquarius, I see a yes for your question on your mind, and I see the Empress. So things are growing between you and an Aquarius. Pisces, I see no for the question on your mind, but I'm seeing the Moon card. Don't read into it this week with a Pisces. Things are changing. Things are still questionable, and the outcome isn't what you think. All right, let's see. Virgo. All right, Virgos. Where are my Virgos? Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Let's see who's coming towards you right now. You're welcome. Virgo, who's coming towards you? Think about the person that's on your minds. All right. Let's see what's really going on with them. Not what you think, right? Because that's kind of the energy today. And, you know, you might be thinking your person's one way, and I'm trying to look at what's really going on. All right, who they actually are. I see the Lovers. You're the first one to get the Lovers card today. All right, so you can feel something deeply with this person. They feel something deeply with you. Sometimes desire takes over, and, you know, we just don't understand why something, you know, feels a certain way, but it just seems like there's, you know, always something else, always something complicating things. And so the choice is this, right? Somebody needing to make a choice, right? And follow their heart. So maybe this is the week where somebody finally does make a choice and just follow their heart, because you are connected to somebody and there's a lot of comfort there. Right. And this is a choice to really, really open up and just trust that, you know, your hearts are going to bring you together. And I have the Three of Swords underneath that. So some of you could be dealing with a separation right now, you know, or just feel disappointed in the way something turned out. Well, it looks like you're mirroring each other. All right. Both are feeling pretty, you know, hurt or feeling sad about the situation that you're currently in. All right. Somebody also needs to make a choice too. So for some of you, this is making a choice between relationships to be with you. And that means hurting somebody else. And it could be hard to, that's a hard choice, you know? And, you know, and a lot of you know that, you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you know, there's somebody else involved. I mean, that person's going to be heartbroken, and your person's trying to do what feels right. So let's see them. Look at this, the Two of Wands. Whatever they're holding on to is broken, and they know it, and they know what they want, but they're hesitant. They're at a crossroads here. They're hesitant. I see you, Virgo. You know, I feel you. I mean, how many times I got to tell you? I mean, when we're together, you know, we know it. Or when I told you, this person told you. But, you know, and it also feels like they're broken without you too. It's like, I know what I need to do. And this is a choice card as well too. So you're up against somebody here that freaking needs to just jump in. And so let's see what pulls them towards you, because they're ultimately pulled towards you. The Seven of Swords. All right. They weren't honest with you. That's what they're coming back here, but they're coming back to you because they weren't honest with you. They may have lied to you to separate with you. I just got coward, but not in a bad way. Like, I'm not putting your person down here at all. It just feels like it's hard for them to be honest with themselves, be honest with you, and be honest with somebody else, if that's the case. But it's weighing on them that they weren't honest with you. What's stopping them? The Star card so far. They disappointed you. You know, they disappointed you, but no matter what, you never lose faith in this person. That's disappointing them more. You know, I think this person thinks you deserve better. It feels like if this person lets go and jumps in and they're honest with you and they're transparent and they let you see them, that they may disappoint you. So you're dealing with somebody who's afraid to be exposed. And also afraid to deal with a tower moment. They want to keep everything comfortable rather than face the drama, face the show, face the, you know. But I'm going to tell you right now, this person is, they're not going to be able to stop the process from happening. It's inevitable. You just might be caught up with it. And you know that this person, you know, they're not honest with you all the time because you feel it. What you're not seeing is, you know, it's coming together, but you may be thinking that it's not. You're the one that's going to make change in this person's life. You're the one this person wants to be with. You may be feeling like it's over, especially if you're separated right now, but this person is seeing life with you. It almost feels like you know, your person needs to quit lying to themselves and just jump in and go. It's time for your person to grow up and they know it. And it feels like this week, we're going to see what could be moving this week, the Ace of Wands. It looks like the fire is going to get lit up under their ass this week because Major Arcana is coming in saying you can't avoid a tower moment. This person, you know, can lie to you, lie to everybody, lie to themselves, but the Star card is saying they ultimately desire to see, you're the one that is keeping them sane throughout this whole process. So it's like this week there could be a choice being made. We're seeing reigniting the relationship, honesty. So some fire getting lit up. You know, what's the pattern? The Five of Swords. Deceit. Mind games. You know, it's the pattern here is you get caught up in their storytelling. You get caught up in stress over this situation, but you already know the truth. You get pulled into dynamics that you can't win. You get pulled into arguments, or you argue, or you try to figure it out or fix it, or, you know, you try to figure out chaos when you can't figure out chaos. You get pulled into it. You get sucked into a no-win situation constantly. You know what your person wants. You know, you got to trust it's all coming together here. Your person's the one that needs to face the truth. What can you do? Three of Pentacles. Don't lose yourself in this. Keep doing what you're doing. Things are working out here. The Three of Pentacles. You got to keep doing your thing and not let what this person or this person's mixed signals or messages mess with your everyday. You know, refuse to play the part. Refuse to get sucked into it. You already know the truth. Refuse to be a part of that game plan or asking questions or trying to figure it out when you know what the problem is. Your person seems to be trying to avoid a situation, trying to find the easy way out in a way. But life's going to hand them reality here soon. All right, let's see Aries through Pisces. Hello, it's Tess. All right, so think about the question on your mind. I'll see, it looks like you're getting, this is what's moving this week. You're going to get you're going to get, I was going to say instant messages. So let's see Aries through Pisces. Anything else that I can add to it? If you have a question on your mind, think about it. I'll say yes, no, or maybe. It has nothing to do with the reading. It's the question on your mind. All right, Aries, yes. All right, Aries can't get enough of you. Bottom line, they're returning. Taurus, yes. All right, they want a commitment with you. You're the one that they see the future with. Gemini, yes, same thing. King of Pentacles. All right, Gemini just trying to play it safe. Bottom line, safe. I'm comfortable. I'm trying to avoid, to keep my peace, but it's not going to last. I'm telling you, the next couple weeks especially are going to be life-changing for a lot of us, a lot of realities, all right? So yes, for the question on your mind. Cancer, yes, you have a sun card. All right, happiness and truth coming your way. Leo, yes, for the question on your mind. I see reconciliation. Virgo, yes, right? Can't get enough of talking to you, right? They got a crush on you. You got messages. Libra, yes, all right. Come on, I want you. Scorpio, yes, give me a moment. I got a lot of shit going on, all right? I can't handle any more pressure. Sagittarius, right? They have to make a choice, but you're the cherry on top, all right? They know it, right? They see where this can go. The answer is no to the question on your mind. Capricorn, right? We have maybe for the question on your mind, but I see you guys moving forward this week, the Six of Swords. Things getting a lot easier. Aquarius, yes, right? They're in their emotions right now. All right, they're trying to process things, and there could be somebody else that they don't want to hurt. Who knows? But they're hurting themselves. Pisces, I see yes. I see a temperance card. Timing's coming in. All right, stay calm, cool, and collected with a Pisces. All right, Libra. You're welcome. Thank you. Hi, Taja. Yes, calm the cucumber down. I'm growing cucumbers. My strawberries didn't make it. My cucumbers are getting there. All right, Libra. Libra. All right, so Libra, think about whoever's on your mind right now, all right? And let's see what's really going on with them. So their energy. Not what you're thinking, what's really happening. All right, you got the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this can be frustrating because is it this, is it that? But this is saying you gotta work with the energies, all right? You gotta stay flexible. 1 minute, it might seem like things are moving. The next minute, it's like, damn, come on. But hang in there, all right? Hang in there right now. Let's see how this plays out with you. Your person, the King of Cups. What a great energy. They don't want you to know how deeply they feel. This is Scorpio energy. So if they've been hurt before, they move very carefully. And it can look, believe it or not, this Scorpio energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, out of, you know, for those of you that really don't know, I'm all water, but don't know water signs. Sometimes they can come across as the King of Swords. Like when they feel you deeper, or they're really in their feelings, their biggest fear is rejection and being exposed. So they're protecting themselves in a way, you know, but they're in their field. What's moving them towards you? Ace of Pentacles. You're worth it. You are worth the investment. They're ready for a commitment. You know, the thing is, though, Scorpio energy, fixed energy. I know we say this a lot about Taurus, but Taurus and Scorpio, opposites, but have a lot in common. And one of them is we move very, very, very slow to commit, because once we do, it's on. And that's what you're dealing with. And I've made people wait a long time. You know, my brothers have gone years. We have lots of Scorpios in my family. Once we commit, it's in it. It's in it. We're in it. And we also stay when it's unhealthy. And so if you're dealing with a Scorpio, or you're dealing with somebody who's kind of seems a little bit detached, because Scorpios can be very detached. The more detached they are, the more fearful they could be. You know, but they know it. They don't, if they don't want to lose you, they see the Ace of Pentacles. They know you're just, it's about taking its time. Don't get caught up in your head over this one. It could take some time, but you know, this kind of energy right here is, if you rush me, I'm going to run. If you rush, I'm going to run. But what's pulling them towards you is the Ace of Pentacles, because they see the golden ticket. They see somebody here that there's an opportunity here to really build something that's worth the investment. What's been stopping them? Let's say the Tower card, fear of change. So I'm going to, you know, let's talk about this. All right. What's stopping them from moving forward, right, is that, one, I don't like to shake up my world. So I'm trying to act cool, calm, and collected, but yet maybe I'm going through a bunch of bullshit right now, and I don't want you to know that. Because Scorpios can, well, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, they're very emotional people. When life's chaotic, they can act the most sane. They can be so calm, but really there's chaos going on inside, and you won't know it. If they're dealing with a life change right now, if they're dealing with their life shaken up, if they're dealing with a breakup, they're dealing with a divorce, if they're dealing with money issues, home issues, life issues, the Tower card is like the truths come in. You know, your person here has got a lot shaking them up. But you look like they're a fresh start. So if you're coming in during this, you know, they're, one, more aware of you than they're letting you know, but two, they're not wanting you to see or be a part of this chaos that they're in. I don't want to invite you into that. I don't want you to see what's going on. So what's going on with you? The Three of Cups. You look like you're in a really good place. So you're not going to be able to pick up on why somebody who looks like they're a King of Cups, they look like they're cool, they look like they got it together, they're dealing with a Tower moment, and you're over here happy as shit, just wanting to get together and go on a date. This person is, there's something huge shaken up for them. And the Ace of Pentacles is saying, I see you as an opportunity to rebuild with, or rebuild something with here, but not right now. All right. And you know, what's actually happening this weekend? This week, the World card. So you may see movement this week with things actually coming together. So here's your Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, I can see how maybe you see an opportunity with somebody, and then all of a sudden you're questioning when something is happening. When's this going to happen? When are we going to see each other again? When are we going to talk again? and it kind of feels inconsistent for you with this person. You're dealing with the inconsistency right now. It's coming together, but you're maybe wanting more fun right now. You want somebody to make you happy. You want somebody to hang out with you, have a good time. Your person's not in a place right now to entertain you. I don't know how any of us could entertain anybody with a tower going on. You know, so to me it feels like you are definitely dealing with a timing issue, but you know, if you made plans with this person, just stay flexible this week, because you may notice that there's movement one step at a time here. And I'm seeing the 4 of Wands. All right, so for you, I do feel like this is worth the investment. It's just you got the Ace and the 2 of Pentacles with this person, so you're looking at an opportunity that you feel, you know, this person feels connected to you, but watching somebody go or trying to figure out what somebody's life's going on, you can't wait around for somebody. You just got to take it as it comes with this one. Let's get one more for that Tower card. Look at this, the 5 of Swords. You're getting a bunch of mixed messages from this person. You're getting a bunch of uncertainty, and you can't fix their problems. If you're trying to fix their problems or saying, I don't care what you're going through, I don't mind, or you know, it's like your person's like, no, this is my situation to deal with. So it's like waiting for the castle to crumble and then for them to rebuild with you, the Ace of Pentacles. And you know, I will throw this out there, if some of you are going through a tower with somebody, you got to let that tower fall in order before you have a reunion here. If you're trying to catch the pieces as they're falling with this person, you've got somebody who's emotionally detached right now. And it's going to be a constant disappointment. You can't fix a tower. You got to let a tower fall. But the good news for you is that all this is happening to clear the path for you guys to move forward. This could be a newer relationship with you. If you're dealing with somebody new and you're wondering why they're inconsistent with you, it's because they still got a life going on behind the scenes that you came into it. And you came in and they don't want you to see that part of them. They don't want you to be a part of it. The 2 of Pentacles is somebody that's dealing possibly with the juggling, trying to figure out one part of their life while they're trying to move on with a new. Any advice? Page of Wands. Keep it light. Keep it fun. You are in a really good energy, and this person sees you as a breath of fresh air. So it's easy for you to read into something if you're trying. And some of you might be like, well, why don't they just tell me? I'm sure they have for some of you. They've tried to tell you. And I'm sure your response was, I don't care. But yes, you do. And what happens is when things start to play out, you do start to care more and more and more and more. And so somebody will pull away because they're respecting you. They don't want to ruin their opportunity with you. All right, let's look at Aries through Pisces. All right, so you got Aries, Leo, Sag, you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Emotionally detached is not good, but it is good at the same time. You can have 2 truths at the same time. If you can emotionally detach, you won't get affected by other people's what they're doing, what they say. If you can regulate your emotions like that, and you won't take things as personal. If somebody's emotionally detached in an unhealthy way, they're saying, I'm not available at all. But that's not the case here. You didn't see any negative cards here with your person. It's just the Tower. You're up against the Tower. Look at that, the Hanged Man. You know, it's silence, the pause. There's nothing you can do right now until things start to change on its own. Aries, I see messages coming in. You guys actually may make plans for a date. The answer is, if you got a question on your mind, I'm going to call out yes or no or maybe, but it has nothing to do with the reading. So just think about your question. And the answer is yes for an Aries. Taurus. Taurus is going through an ending of some sort. So right now there's some silence, but the difficult part's over. So you'll talk to them soon. The answer is no to the question in your mind. Gemini bringing in the truth. You got yes. You and Gemini being honest with one another. All right. Cancer. I see messages coming in with a Cancer. No to the question on your mind. Leo. Messages coming in with a Leo. All right. Slow start. Yes to the question on your mind. Virgo kind of ignoring things right now. They're either walking away or trying to escape a situation. All right. Bottom line. So you may be feeling like they're pulling their energy away from you, but they're moving to you. But they're taking this time to move from something. Change of plans. No for the question on your mind. Libra, yes. All right. They see a future with you. Scorpio, no right now for the question on your mind. But I have the Devil card. So they're dealing with maybe some unhealthy situation or pattern behind the scenes. Sag, I have the Emperor. So I see them stepping up, initiating conversation with you. Yes to the question on your mind. Capricorn, you're going through an ending of some sort. Something's changing, a death card. And I see the no question on your mind. Aquarius, you got moving past a difficult situation. I have a maybe for the question on your mind. And Pisces, yes, it's moving just slower than you want, but it is moving. And we have yes. All right. They may be more consistent with you this week. All right, let's see, Scorpio. All right, don't forget I'm doing super chats. I got some of you, and you can you can do PayPal, Venmo if you want. I can see some people have. It's whatever you feel you want to do. Let's see. All right, let's get a good shuffle for Scorpio. Scorpio, think about the person, whoever's on your mind. Hello, painkiller. Starting off Scorpio's reading with that. Scorpio's like, I need a painkiller. Painkiller. Let's see. Scorpio. All right, 5 of Pentacles. All right, the King of Wands, though, underneath that. You have Aries, Leo, Sag. Has somebody pulled away from you right now? They'll figure it out. It's temporary. Somebody's used to doing things on their own, figuring things out on their own, but they're King of Wands. They will step up, all right? So somebody could definitely be pushing you away right now. Just temporarily, all right? We're doing a weekly reading. So let's take a look at your person. Oh, Scorpio. I thought I had it on there. Sorry, Scorpio. All right. Your person's dealing with some heartache. They know something needs to change, but they don't know what to do about it, or they're just trying to figure it out. I mean, if you're separated or they pulled away from you, it is not easy for them. It's not easy for either of you. They're in more pain than they're letting on. All right. So what's pulling them towards you? Justice card. They don't want, if they're hurting you, they don't want that. You got some real talk coming in. You got some realness coming in. Something's bringing the two of you to a point of, you know, we got to make this right. We got to make this real. Somebody's feeling the consequences of their actions. I haven't got that in a while. You know, somebody may have done something and expected something to be a different outcome, and now they're realizing they didn't win. There's no win in here. Nobody won. You know, your person could be dealing with a divorce too right now, or losing something as well, losing money, or, you know, just really, look, everybody's fucking going through something. What do you want? I mean, it's like, but it looks like they want to be real with you. You may get an apology this weekend if it's for you, if it's towards you, or if they're dealing with the loss of something, or having a hard time, or separation, or divorce. I mean, that's a lot to take on. But what's pulling them towards you is you're real, you're authentic, you're honest. You were right about something. So don't forget that. You're right about something. What's the block between the two of you? Page of Cups. For some of you, there could be there could have been children involved. But there could have been emotional immaturity as well. Somebody's inner child got the best of them, which I'm sure, Scorpio, you saw. But, you know, I just feel like somebody doesn't know how to open up emotionally. This isn't I'm sorry. Somebody doesn't know how to say I'm sorry. Scorpio, I wish this was for me. Somebody realized they may have acted out of character, or out of, you know, or just didn't even let you know how they were really feeling, especially if somebody was going through a separation of some sort. But sometimes it takes, you know, separation for somebody to realize that they miss you. This is one of my favorite cards for that. The block is, you know, being vulnerable. They don't want to reach out first. It feels like losing to them, right? It's a pride thing. But what you represent, the Justice card. So that's just really your person really, you got them consumed with this. You know, your honesty is hidden them. But at the same time, your energy is making them also recognize what's real and what's safe. So there's something about this. You have a soul contract with somebody. Maybe somebody did have to learn their lesson in order to, you know, you triggered somebody's growth in a sense. Let's see how you see yourself in this situation. 8 of Swords, this has been mind fucking you. I'm sorry about my language right there today, but this has been blowing you away. You probably have been self-doubting yourself. You probably have been not sure what to do. What do I say? How do I fix this? What do I do? I mean, I can see Scorpio acting cool and calm, and then yet your mind is like, how the hell? You probably questioned everything. That's where you go through your own transformation. And when you learn to stop letting other people's projections take you out of alignment. You know, Scorpio, for new to my channel, whatever, that Scorpio is a sign. It's all of us can find Scorpio in our placement, but if you have strong placements in Scorpio, a lot of people project onto you. But your I think our transformation is learning the difference between projection and our own stuff, and not taking it personal, and being able to stay true to what we already know and not second guess ourselves. This could be a real big lesson. It's a lesson for somebody else and yourself. But I feel like you've been beating yourself up, giving yourself a headache over something. You know what it is somebody doesn't know how. For the longest time, we'll see what happens this week, what their movement is, but we can see that somebody's pride did not want them to know that they were wrong. And so they may have acted immature, impulsively, childish, whatever, or they could have just retreated. We don't have to look at the worst in people, like, oh my God, somebody was so freaking immature. But it's like somebody's inner child felt maybe shamed and pulled back and didn't know how to honestly say, I'm sorry. And so you carried some sort of burden for quite some time. Let's clear that out. Clear it out. So stay with me here. Let's see this week kind of movement. 2 of Cups. All right, so there's some growing here happening this weekend. I mean, I keep saying this weekend, so maybe by the coming weekend. But this week, we're looking at this week. We're seeing, can we talk this out? Mutual understanding. So it does take two. I'm biased to Scorpio because I'm Scorpio, but all right, let's talk things out. Because obviously something here, Scorpio is very forgiving sign. A lot of you will disagree. And, I'm here to tell you that we're very forgiving, believe me, right? And it seems like somebody on your mind, if somebody were to come into your life this week and they were being real with you and they were authentic, and you knew and you know that they're being real by themselves, with their words, the 2 of Cups looks like you and somebody else could really have a deep freaking conversation this week, being able to sort of reset. And the new moon is happening. Thanks for reminding me again. I was talking about that on this past weekend. I get ahead of myself and forget that we haven't passed it yet. So we do have a new moon this week, and it looks like, a deep conversation here. But if you guys really love each other and this has really gone down, this will be an easy forgiven. This will be this will be like if the slate is clean. And at this point, Scorpio, you'll have to know whether or not you can trust this person. You'll know instantly. You'll notice. You'll know. This person will be real with you. So I see a huge confession. What should you do? What does Spirit want you to know? Or the pattern? 3 of Wands. You got to always keep your head up and keep moving forward. Don't look back. Stop second guessing yourself. I'm sure you have sweat every single decision you've ever made in the past. You have tried to make everything work. You've tried to figure everything out. You cannot second guess yourself. Sometimes when we move on, you start to reframe things maybe and start thinking, maybe I did do something wrong. Well, maybe you didn't. You got to stay true to yourself and keep moving forward and trust that, sometimes good does win. I know it doesn't happen all the time. I know that you wonder why bad people or people that do stuff, it's a constant thing. People question it for thousands of years. Why does the evil always, eventually they do. Eventually, karma does come around. In some ways. But here, it feels like you're making plans here and your future hasn't even been written yet, right? So things are clear. There's something changing here in a situation and you're making plans this week to move forward. So you got to keep on facing forward and not second guess anything that you did in the past. You showed up for yourself in the past and you beat yourself up enough. All right. It looks like what you've been waiting for is coming in for you. All right. Super forgiven if you're authentic. All right. Somebody's having a really difficult time with the way something went down. So let's look at here. You got Libra showing up for you. And let's see Aries through Pisces. Let's see what might happen here. Any additional message. And I'll do a yes or no. So think of the question on your mind. It has nothing to do with this reading. I'm just going to say yes, no, or maybe for your question on your mind. Aries. All right. Aries has gone through some sort of major transformation. This week's going to be very transformational. Get ready for this new beginning with an Aries. You guys are walking away from, you know, a chapter that, here's the good news, you'll never have to go back to that chapter again. Something has changed with them. Your energy's all around them. Same thing with a Taurus, all right? They are really feeling it. If a Taurus really hurt you in the background, they feel awful. They have not been able to cope with what has happened in their past. So it looks like you're getting some sort of you're getting some sort of new beginning with your Taurus here, but whatever that they've done, the way they've treated you, or in the past, whatever's gone down, there's a huge confession there with that one. And the answer is no to the question on your mind. Gemini, I see yes. Gemini's grown up. Gemini wanted to stabilize the connection. Cancer, 8 of Swords. All right, so they're feeling trapped, maybe feeling stuck and hopeless. Anxiety and feeling a lot of pressure. Give it a little bit of time. They may be isolating right now, trying to figure things out, but you have communication with them coming in. The answer is no to the question on your mind. Leo, judgment, big decision, missing you. All right, forgiveness. Get ready to move this relationship towards a new direction. The answer is yes. Virgo, the Chariot, coming in quick. You guys are definitely putting the work in and focused on moving forward. The answer is yes. Libra has not let go of you, still a little stubborn, but, you know, they're very possessive of you. The answer is yes. Scorpio, you have the King of Wands. The answer is yes. You know, again, your vision. And a Scorpio sees you in their vision. Sagittarius, missing you. Still grieving this. The answer is no to your question. Capricorn, things turning around. All right, you guys, you know, this is a relationship that changes you. And that's what's happening here. So it looks like they want to turn things around. Aquarius, you got the Devil card. It's really weighing on them. So you may be breaking some sort of pattern. They may be letting go of an addiction. The answer is no to your question. And Pisces, ready to step up, right? Pisces coming back in here to lay down the foundation to a relationship. Peacemaking. The answer is yes to your question. Right. I kind of find like that's confusing too. I might not do that in the future. I feel like I'm trying to keep it interesting for you with the Aries through Pisces, but you guys have, a lot of you guys like that portion, but I've been trying to like limit them to shake it up. And I don't know, you guys will have to let me know. I love the owls too. Hello, Mavie and Underdog Tara. What's up? Yeah, these are my babies. They're not going anywhere. This is Libra and Scorpio. We've all kind of come to that terms. You know, Scorpio judges differently, but they both judge. Both discernment. And sometimes they're really judging. Scorpio's judging your inner world, and Libra is judging your decisions and everything you do. All right, so Sag. I love synchronicity. I hear the synchronicities throughout the whole week. On Wednesday, I'll do the big shift. tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is do fire signs, water signs, earth signs, and air signs on different days instead of individuals. Sagittarius. The person on your mind, all right? Take a minute to think about whoever's on your mind. Let's see what's going on with them. All right, Sag got some fun energy. 8 of Wands. So things could really be happening fast, accelerating this week. Know that this is fire and lots of pressure too. So while things can be fun and flirty and exciting and lots of truth calling and blunt, and there also can be pressure taking on too much or losing your shit. So just keep that in mind that, you know, if you fly off the handle or get ahead of yourself this week. But that talks about communication for you. So maybe this is, you know, where it's all going to come in at once. Your person, the Empress card. Your person's just trying to be comfortable, find their peace, keep themselves together. All right, what's drawing them towards you? I got Taurus, I got Libra energy, the Tower card. So your person seems like they're minding their business, or they just been trying to keep their peace and just trying to make things work for themselves, focusing on their life, focusing on, and then here comes you. There's something about you that's a little chaotic. And you shake them up. So this is a little different. Sag is, I don't know what's going on with Sag right now, but Sag has been sticking out in my readings like sore thumbs. You guys, your energies are just going completely different than everybody else's right now. So you can see this fire energy, the Tower card. Maybe you just came into this person's life like a friggin' lightning. And you shake this person up, and you can see you have somebody who has Venus, Taurus, Libra energies. And this is somebody that doesn't like things unstable. They like their comforts. But what draws them to you is your intensity and your uncertainty, but it also can create tension between the two of you as well. They like this about you. The way these cards are showing up, they like this about you, but also it can get overwhelming. Because you can be a truth caller. You break up people's peace. Hey, I know it looks good over there, but reality, smack, here comes Sagittarius with the reality check. Sorry, but we can't stay here in the garden all day long and sunbathe. We need to get shit done. So it feels like something you do, Sag, that overwhelms this person, shakes them up a bit. But also I feel like it could make you second guess yourself. But at the same time, it's what you're doing is breaking this person out of their comfort zone. This is beautiful energy, but sometimes, you know, if you're looking for some excitement, you're not going to be getting it from this person all the time. You're the one that's the excitement. So what's the block here, right? And we have the Two of Cups. You guys speak two different love languages. You guys are a mismatch, but opposites attract. You've got Aries, Scorpio energy for you, and your person has Venus. You have Mars and you have Venus. The block is love language. So whenever you are in your Marsy energy and you're initiating, or you're truth calling, or you're shaking things up, or you need excitement, or you just, you know, maybe intense. There's nothing wrong with this energy. This rules my energy. Intense. I'm intense, right? Your person may pull back from you. You shake them up a bit, but you also, Mars and Venus, you guys could actually, make this a beautiful relationship. It's just about mutual understanding. So how are you seeing this? What are you not seeing? The Justice card. You may be feeling like they owe you something. You feel like they're not being honest with you, or they betrayed you in some way, or, they need to justify their actions or whatever. But you can see it's somebody who just wants to take care of their peace in their mind. And you want intensity and drama. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just behavior differences. When you guys click, you guys click. But you seem to think there's something wrong. Now, if somebody's married and you're trying to build a stable relationship, that's your problem. You're not going to. Right? Not right now. Not right now. I mean, I'm calling the truth out here too. And Sag, we're pretty close. Your person may need to leave a situation to be in a relationship with you. But if things aren't moving fast enough for you, this can create an intensity. But somebody looks like, they're pulled towards you, want to move on from a situation, but you may be trying to rattle the cage, and get them to move quicker than they're comfortable with. But you're wanting justice, right? You're wanting justice. So, let's see what's happening this week with you guys. The Judgment card. It looks like your person is going to make some huge decision this week because their energy is pulled towards you, even though you drive them maybe mad, crazy. They want to make it right with you. You have you have Libra, you have Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra. So this week, your relationship could be moving in a new direction. Maybe you are pushing them just enough that they finally crack. This could be a week somebody is leaving a situation to connect with you, because the block also is the fact that they're in love with you. So take it for what it's worth. I mean, I just feel like you guys react differently, and you may be thinking this person is not making moves, but to me, they're the Empress, and it's saying, you've already got your claws in me and it's growing. Things just take time, but you don't want to wait any longer. And so that's what could be shifting the reality this week. Let's see what Spirit want you to know. The Hierophant. Okay, there's a couple different things here. If you're applying too much pressure about commitment, that could be what is stressing this relationship out. That could be why they lean back a little bit more. So just keep that in mind. But I am seeing energies of marriage. This person does see you as somebody that they want to be in a commitment with. They just don't want the pressure right now because of something, the Tower card here. You might be adding too much pressure on this person at times. And that pressure creates some sort of argument or separation. So Cancer had this. So maybe you need to look at, that could be the problem in the dynamic. Too much pressure on time, rigidness, having to have things a certain way, commitment, when this person wants to be with you. But we are seeing here, we got to slow down a little bit. I am seeing, though, this week, the Judgment. This could be something, the Tower happening this week, where there's a huge awakening, where we're finally shifting directions. You have Taurus energy here, too. So maybe something in Taurus's reading and in Scorpio's reading could be for you as well. So let's see. So remember, the pressure is on this week. You'd be surprised at how many people learn actually are like that. My readings come from the audience. I mean, it's a collective energy. Hello, Anna. And Learning. Did I say hi, Learning? All right, Aries through Pisces. All right, let's see. I'm going to say yes or no for the question that's on your mind. Completely different from the reading. And I'm just going to give you an additional message for Aries through Pisces. Aries, I see yes. So you have Aries coming in pretty fiery. You both have a lot of chemistry. So there's going to be fast movement, loud week between you and Aries. You guys are loud. Taurus, I see making amends. Yes. Gemini still has to make a decision, but you're on their mind constantly. No. Cancer coming in quickly. Chariot card. The answer is yes. Leo, all right. They're slow moving, but they want this. The answer is yes. Virgo, Ace of Wands. You could hear for them today. Yes. Libra, yes, they want long term with you. Scorpio, Judgment, yes. Right, your relationship, looks like somebody missing you, somebody wanting forgiveness. Sagittarius, you have Ace of Pentacles, so you're seeing a serious offer come in. And Capricorn, yes, a commitment coming in with you and a Capricorn. Aquarius, Ace of Cups, you got them opening up their heart. You have yes. And Pisces sees their future with you. Yes. What didn't I do, Lauren? Did I miss something? All right, let's see. All right, guys, I'm moving on to Capricorn. And don't forget, I'm doing the super chats here today. That's how it's going to be from now on. And kind of cutting down on the length of time I do all day long, condensing it. And it's just easier. Oh, Lauren, hi. I've been talking to you though. I sorry I didn't say hi. All right. Let's see. Capricorn. Let's get a good shuffle for Capricorn. Hello, Issa. And JM, what's up? My Capricorn. All right, let's see. Khalees. Capricorn, think about the person that's on your mind right now. And let's see what's going on with them. Looking at them from my lens, not what you think. I have a Temperance card. All right. And this is, showing you that, obviously some things do take time, and it's like, it is what it is. It's about staying with the situation and not wavering, deciding what's true and not letting your fears distract you. I got a King of Swords underneath that. So you could have an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in your energy coming towards you this week. But we're picking up now. Let's look at the person that we want that's coming towards you and what's their energy. The Three of Cups. So somebody wanting to have some fun. Somebody wanting to connect with you. What's pulling them towards you? Ooh, the Lovers. Who else got that Lovers card? Somebody missing some good times with you. Somebody's missing your energy. So you deal with somebody. I have Sagittarius energy too. So you deal with somebody who, is kind of chill, acting more chill. But they're more aware of you and they're more interested in you than they are letting on. You can see that right here. And they know they better make a choice quick. You know, so you got somebody who may be taking their time or acting chill. But they could be simply just observing you. Maybe they're more in love with you than you realize. They could be stuck between, do I want more casual? Do I want a casual relationship, or do I want something more? You know, so hear me out for a second. Let me gather my thoughts here. That's what's taken them so long. You've got a King of Swords energy, somebody who's looking at the bigger picture, somebody who's detached a little bit. So you may feel like your person is being detached. You may feel like they are impartial to this, like they're not, they're not showing any emotion to the situation. And so they're acting kind of chill, cold kind of energy. So you may be misreading your person, right? Your person is trying to figure out something seriously important this week. Do I want just a casual relationship with my Capricorn, just friends, or just friends with maybe benefits here with the Lovers card? But obviously somebody's fallen in love or in love with you. What's their block? Ace of Cups. It's so hard for this person to let love in. And this can be a block, the heart space. This person may have dealt with unrequited love in the past, but there's something about you that they can't resist. But yet you also may show signs of somebody that they've dealt with in the past who also ended up not loving them once your person falls in love, their people, whoever they fall in love with, falls out of love with them. That's what this person's trigger is. So they play it cold. The King of Swords is like, I ain't getting fucked over again. And so they may act like things are casual between the two of you, but every time you guys connect or see each other, this person fallen deeply in love with you, but they just don't know how to open up their heart right now or express it. Let's see your energy. 4 Cups. You think they don't want you. You're also getting like, this is wearing you down. This is starting to wear you down, right? You hear what you want to hear. That's not what it was said. All right. You're like, I love this person. Why won't they see me? Are they not interested? Do they not want me? You're taking this so personal. What I can already see here is that, one, you're letting their emotions and you're letting their actions fuck with you emotionally and ruin your day when it's something totally opposite than what you think. They try to keep it casual with you to feel safe. But do you see the Lovers card? That Lovers card is going to win. You're seeing the Ace of Cups is the block. They don't know they only can give you so much. They only can give what they know how to give. And you're feeling the brunt of it by thinking you're doing something wrong, and you're not. You're not doing anything wrong, but you're wanting something from somebody that's having a hard time opening up. So what's moving this week? You have Gemini energy and you have a lot of water energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm seeing Page of Cups. This could be a life-changing week where love takes over and your person actually tries to spill their emotion, their heart to you. Somebody trying to open up to you. Look, I'm going to give it a shot. If this person shows back up in your life this week, I wouldn't second guess it. I would just let it be. Don't let it wear you down. Just go back to the 3 of Cups. Keep it light. Keep it light. Know this person is falling in love with you, but every time you start to knock on that door, this person freaks out a little bit. But you are seeing an I love you. Somebody's in love with you. This week you could hear, they could send you a message that tells you I love you. All right. I'm not trying to be super, we're not in Pisces energy anymore. This is what I'm seeing here. You guys can all see this. All right. So sometimes your person triggers, overrides, and they don't want to let you in. But at the same time, this is inevitable. It's eventually going to play itself out. But you got to stop trying so hard to try and get somebody to change and open up. You know, people have to learn on their own time, or they'll shut down when they're exposed. What should you do? The Knight of Wands. Keep it fun and lighthearted. It looks like you're going to have something fun and spontaneous happen this week when it comes to love. Lead the way with confidence. Right. Let's see Aries through Pisces. So if you have a question on your mind, I'll say yes, no, or maybe. It has nothing to do with the reading. All right. And I will give you an additional energy check for Aries through Pisces. All right, Aries. I have a no right now. Aries, you may be feeling, you know, they're a little distant still this week, but just remember they're trying to figure things out. It looks like an Aries is evolving and getting actually closer to you. Taurus, I see a fresh start coming in with a Taurus. You know, they are the Fool though, so the Fool can be on again, off again in ways. As soon as commitment comes in, they get a little nervous. I see maybe for the question on your mind. Gemini's got their eyes on you. You got a strong spiritual connection. They're still keeping secrets from you, you know, about their feelings. They feel it. They know it. You have to have self-trust here when it comes to a Gemini. Cancer, I see yes. They see a future here, very drawn to you. Leo, I see maybe. But I'm also seeing they need to make a decision. They're stuck. They feel like, you know, they're torn between two. Virgo, I see dealing with rejection is an issue for them. All right, they expect the worst, and that's what you're up against. They're always expecting the worst. I see no for your question. Libra, I see Tower. All right, so anything possible. They're dealing with some pain. There's something, some choice that they made that is starting to create a lot of confusion in their life. You know, so we see an awakening happening here with your Libra, and the answer is no to your question on your mind. Scorpio, you have justice coming in with Scorpio. If you go back to Scorpio's reading, justice was big, right? And so it looks like being real, guys, learning your lessons and being honest this week. The answer is yes for your question. Sagittarius, I see something's ending and now there's something new coming in. Definitely a lot of change with Sagittarius. The answer is no to your question. Capricorn, you're taking things personal, all right? You might be dealing with somebody who's got a lot of anxiety or isolating themselves or doubting themselves. All right, give it a little bit more time with this another Capricorn. But honestly, it's telling me you got to let go. You're blaming yourself or have a lot of anxiety over a situation where you can see there's a lot of love. It's just you're dealing with somebody that, you know, just people can only love to the degree they know how to. Aquarius, I see thinking about you. The answer is no to your question. Don't get confused, guys. The question on your mind is your question. Pisces, I see temperance, things unfolding, just about being calm and letting things work itself out. The answer is yes. Have a good day learning. All right, so Capricorn had a really, really nice one. I like that. For you. All right, Aquarius. Hello, Bernadette. Hello, Babisita. 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 You are welcome. All right, Aquarius, think about the person that's on your mind. You're welcome, Khalees. Aquarius, let's see what's really going on with them. All right, Aquarius. Well, somebody's got you guessing, and you're on somebody's mind. All right. It's like all the possibilities. Where can this go? I have feelings for you. I'm thinking about you, but there's just a lot of uncertainty between you and another person, and that's why they're taking their sweet ass time. Your person can't make a friggin' decision for the life of them. They don't want to mess things up. They don't want to regret it. This is somebody here too that, whenever they fall for somebody and they jump in too quickly, they get burned. So it always seems like this person is giving you just enough to keep you kind of hanging, but at the same time, you feel it, you know something is there, but something pulls them away, and that's the Nine of Swords. So let's see what's really going on with them. They overthink, and they also have a serious ex who has maybe really made things difficult, right? That's what's happening here. There could be somebody else in the picture, and it doesn't mean this person's in love with this person, but it could mean this is why there's so much uncertainty going on. There is somebody here that may have really caused this person a lot of grief. And so they're in no rush. They are in no rush to make a decision to jump into a relationship just yet. They don't want to regret. They don't want to do it again. Not yet anyways. But that's not horrible for you. Let's see what draws them to you. I have the Knight of Cups. All right. Obviously, somebody's in love with you, and they're seeing potential for a romantic relationship to build between the two of you. But they may be judging you a little bit right now. So don't take things personal. It looks like this person is coming from if they're still dealing with a baby mom or an ex, or they went through a relationship that was a horrible breakup and the person was just, you're dealing with somebody who is being very judgmental over a situation because you've got them in their feelings. You've got them thinking about you. And they don't want to rush into things. And, honestly, it could be too, this person is trying to seem like, I just want to keep my options open for you. You might be thinking they're keeping their options open, but I'm feeling like, if there is another option, you probably know about it. It's an ex, or it's somebody else that they're kind of seeing. And this is new for you guys. That's the only thing. But if that's not the truth, if they're not seeing anybody else, all right, they're just not rushing into this relationship. There's no other way to put it. What's their block? The Ten of Cups. Family, commitment, uncertainty of long-term what they want. So this person may have other family members or family or, marriage. They just went through a divorce, the same old shit. But the block is unhealthy family patterns. So if your person has come from an unhealthy past, they view marriage as, repeating the same thing that they went through. So you could be dealing with somebody who's trying to avoid that. How are you viewing this? A Magician. You just want it to work, so you're not going to give up regardless. You seem to be in a good place, manifesting this in. And you are manifesting this person towards you with this Knight of Cups. You've got somebody that's fallen in love with you, but the only block is family or relationship or a fear of commitment with you because of unhealthy family dynamics that they've dealt with. And many of you probably already know that, if that's the truth. Maybe you've got some family dynamics going on that this person feels like, they don't know, they're using discernment. Maybe they want to stay distant from it until it works itself out. And then they'll move, it's not stopping them from falling for you, but it may be stopping them from committing right now. So let's see what's moving this week. I see the 9 of Pentacles. Looks like kind of going solo, hanging out, but things still looking successful for you guys. Let's get one more for that. 5 of Swords. So what I see this week is that if you're dealing with somebody who's still kind of up in the air about a commitment, because I am seeing the 9 of Pentacles here, it's somebody's very invested in you, but they're questioning everything. They just don't know what they want yet. That's your reading, Aquarius. You know what you want. Don't lose sight of that. They're very attracted to you and they're even in love with you. But your biggest block is this person going from being single and being back in a relationship. And you're dealing with an energy here of this person is just really, really questioning everything. And they don't know what they want yet. So it's a temporary standstill in a way, but still working in your favor. So what does Spirit think you should do? Be clear and certain and don't waver from your truth this week. You're on point. You're at the very beginning here. This is somebody here that you are calling in. Don't lose sight of the truth. Don't get lost in somebody's mixed messages. That seems to be your biggest trap. Are they playing games with me? What's going on? This and that, or you're trying to, read into something too much. Don't read into this right now. That's your person's biggest block, nothing else. And we're seeing communication with this person, possibly them still wanting to even go on a date or want to move things forward. But you are up against the Temperance and the 7 of Cups. I see where this can go, but, it's going to take time. We just need to I'm not in any rush. So think of your Zodiac sign, Aries through Pisces. Let's see if I can get any more messages from it. And then I'll do a yes, no. So think of your question on your mind. All right, Aries, you have a maybe for your question. Maybe means that, you obviously have more influence over this than you know. And I'm seeing an Aries making a decision this week about the relationship. Taurus as well. All right, looks like they're grounded. They want to see something come of this, but they need it slow and steady. All right, yes to the question on your mind. Gemini, I see really in their feelings with you and really faithful to you. So something romantic could come of this week. The answer is yes. Cancer, trying to be distant and trying to stay grounded. You may get communication, but it does look like they're trying to stay detached right now. Leo, all right. Release, overcoming self-doubt this week, all right? You're going to realize how attractive they are to you and how close they feel to you. The answer is yes with a Leo. Virgo, good times coming in with you and a Virgo. Want to hang out with you? The answer is yes. Libra, slow and steady, all right? So you got them coming in. They're not giving up. Yes. Scorpio, communication. You have the Queen of Swords coming in. So you have yes, and you have let's get down, let's get real. Sagittarius, still focused on things turning out negatively, right? But that's not stopping them from pursuing you. The answer is no. Capricorn, I see they're coming in hot this week, right? They see a vision with you. The answer is yes. Aquarius making an offer to you this week. The answer is yes. And Pisces stepping up, all right, taking control of the situation. And we're seeing yes. All right. All right, we made it to Pisces, and then we are doing super chats. I'll take like a 2-minute break, and then we'll go right into the super chat after Pisces. Thank you guys all for being here today. All right, Pisces. Think of the person that's on your mind. All right, so it looks like you're feeling unwanted or somebody doesn't feel like they're good enough for you. All right, and I got an Aries, Leo, Sag underneath that. You know, somebody's like trying to keep it cool, keep it casual. Somebody wants to connect with you, you know, but when things you get too close, this person here may pull away, right? You're dealing with somebody who's got some insecurities maybe about love, you know. How do you feel? What's going on? How do you really feel? What if you get to really know me? What's going to go on? What's, you know, just doubting stuff here. So your person, King of Pentacles, you have a Taurus energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, your person looks very mature, very much, you know, set in their ways. Earth tends to over analyze everything, you know. Could be somebody that's been, you know, who's older or has been in a high position for a while or has been married before or, you know, and move slow because once they commit, but they can be very cautious energy. What pulls them towards you? The Hierophant. They definitely see you as somebody that they could commit to. You are somebody that this person has thought about for a while. And there's no doubt a spiritual connection. So sometimes spiritual connections can be more challenging at first, especially if you're dealing with somebody that Taurus energy can be very stubborn, very rigid. Very much things have to be a certain way. If they're not this way, it's uncomfortable. So if you're unconventional or you do things differently, it could really make your person uncomfortable, to be honest. It is, you know, it doesn't mean, I mean, they feel a connection with you. They definitely want to see it turn into something. But that to me, let's see what the block is, because, you know, the Knight of Swords, this person here assumes a lot of things and assumes things to be, you know, more confusing than they are. Your person doesn't like to make quick decisions. They don't like to make quick decisions because they've been caught before and they make impulsive decisions. They think, but they're rigid, right? So they may assume that their beliefs are true, but they're not. It's just they don't want to get out of their comfort zone, right? They're cautious. It seems like a very gentle energy, but at the same time, you could misread this. Somebody can come across as very, very stern, very rigid kind of energy, and in their head, they're thinking about everything that could go wrong. But they see the potential in this relationship. That's what draws them to you. You know, they see your worth, they see your value. You guys have a lot in common. Maybe went to school together, maybe do something together, a community, you know, same backgrounds. But you are definitely somebody, this person is like, but they will think they're right about everything. They analyze everything. And they can get analysis paralysis. That's their block. Analysis paralysis. This person, you know, may need to loosen up a little bit, you know, and not assume, make assumptions. You're more playful, I guess, maybe in this reading, you know. This person, you know, is a wise person. But again, they are set in their ways. So let's see you. The Two of Pentacles. You keep going back and forth and second guessing yourself with this situation. And I think that's why. I think one minute you may see this person as who they are. You may see them as potential. You see, man, this person's got it going on. You know, look at them. They're sharp dressed. I mean, this is a person that's got it going on. Remember, the King of Pentacles got money, got good looks, got, you know, got a life, got money potential. You know, they're catch, but they're also very traditional. Very, very, very traditional. And if you're somebody that's a little bit more flexible, maybe in like many ways, you could throw this person off a little bit. And so it is going to take you, you know, you might second guess this and be like, one minute you're not sure. Maybe you're juggling. Maybe you have another relationship. Maybe you are more casual. Maybe you are inconsistent. I don't know. Maybe you're very inconsistent. To this person, you might not think so because I don't think I'm inconsistent, but to somebody else, they might see me as unpredictable. We never know, right? But it seems like you may be a little bit too inconsistent for your person here who needs consistency. You might be able to, you know, pivot. You know, you can do this one day, go and do something else. You know, you're very flexible, very accommodating. And that's Pisces energy, you know. But your person is very much, if you do one thing differently, they will analyze that situation and they will think you're up to something or they will question everything. Right? So this is saying take it day by day and not assume constantly. Or, you know, to me, the Two of Pentacles is just let things play out. See what happens. It does seem like you're up against somebody that has a totally different, you guys are opposites. You guys are opposites, totally opposites. And you shake this person up a little bit because they might be misreading you. Or you got a lot going on and this person here is misreading you. So let's see any movement this week. I see Three of Swords. So it looks like this week there could be a little bit of distance between you and this person. And remember, the Two of Pentacles is asking you to stay flexible. Don't freak out. Because the block, though, too, is the Knight of Swords. They could surprise you. Your person may be afraid to get rejected by you. Maybe you do have a lot going on. Maybe you're somebody that has other people that are interested in you. Keep that in mind, that they may still be distant from you, right? They're afraid to get rejected by you. What should you do? Six of Swords, play it smooth. Just keep on rolling with it. My advice to you this week, Pisces, is don't read into your person. Just keep rolling smooth. Keep moving forward day by day. Watch your assumptions around this person. Stay yourself while they figure it out. You stay yourself while they figure it out. If you start acting insecure, they're going to they're going to take that as a sign, or it's going to be projection. So your biggest thing is stay yourself while they figure it out. I love you guys. Let's look at, I forgot to do Aries through Pisces. Let's get a yes, no for Aries through Pisces. All right, Aries through Pisces, think of your question. I'll go yes, no, or maybe. It has nothing to do with the reading. It's just yes, no, or maybe. I'll give you an energy for each zodiac sign as well. Aries, look at them thinking about making plans with you. I have a yes. Taurus, also, look at all the earth coming in already. Earth. All right, we're seeing they'll finish what they started. They'll move in. They'll follow through with plans. The answer is yes. Gemini, we have 10 of Cups, all right, wanting to get together with you. So, you guys could be in a long-term relationship eventually. The answer is yes. Cancer is your 3 of Swords. They're depressed and afraid of getting hurt. The answer is no to the question on your mind. Leo, they're in their fields for you, definitely feeling connected with you, maybe taking things personally. The answer is yes to your question. Virgo, you got communication coming in this week, a breakthrough. The answer is yes to your question. Libra's stressing about everything. The answer is no to your question. They're still attached to you. They're obsessed about it. Scorpio, making a decision this week. The answer is maybe for you. Sagittarius, you get the King of Pentacles. So Sag is definitely overthinking things, but they're in it. They're invested in you. The answer is yes. Capricorn, we're seeing fantasizing about you, but needs to make a decision. Still afraid to leap. I do have no for the answer of your question. Aquarius taking charge this week, maybe initiating conversation. The answer is yes. Pisces, the answer is yes, and it's your wish fulfillment with a Pisces. So Pisces, you gotta remember, don't let somebody else's, what they're doing, change what you're feeling. All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and then I will be back with Super Chat. Just give me a second, and I'll be right back. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. You're welcome, Mitzi. Alrighty, I just did timestamps, so I'm trying to figure out how to, can you guys comment while I'm still live? I don't know if you can do that, but so people see the timestamps. All right, let's get going. All right, Cassius. All right, Cassius, Queen. $245. All right, let's take a look at Cassius, Queen. All right, let's see. What do my guides want me to be focusing on? Let's see. What do you guys want me to be focusing on? Hello, Cassius. What do your guides want you to be focusing on? Let's see. All right. Your mental stability, your mental health. You're carrying too much in your mind right now. You're trying to figure shit out. You over-explain yourself, defending yourself or defending your stance, or even in your head, talking to yourself. You know, there's maybe trying to hang on to situations that nobody's, you know, you might be, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, it could be a lover, it could be, you know, your family members. It doesn't matter. You're always trying to explain yourself or fix a situation or find a solution when there is no solution. Sometimes it's just, it's too much of a headache. It's draining you. Mixed signals. If people are confusing you, draw the line right now. Draw the line. The second somebody tries to confuse you and they're not clear, that's your sign to build a boundary. People confuse us for a reason. We all know the hardest truth. We all know the hardest truth is that we already know the truth. We just want to, we're always looking, because we all have challenges. We're always looking for other ways. But people are either on your side, being honest with you, are into you, or they're not. There's always something else. People, if they're not being straightforward with you, they're hiding something. We're always giving people the benefit of the doubt because a part of us knows that we can see ourselves in other people. So we're hoping maybe somebody would give us the benefit of the doubt. But you are being asked to be aware of mixed signals and constant disappointment, right? Constant disappointment. So I am seeing the Seven of Wands with his boundaries, and I see the Nine of Cups. All right, you'll be a lot happier. You have the Nine of Cups showing up for you, which tells me that you're very magnetic, gorgeous, got it going on, deserve to have, you know you do, to be very happy and satisfied. That from this point forward, it's going to be hard to defend your position. You might say, all right, I'll give you another shot, or I'll give it another shot. But you are really being asked to hold down the fort and say, you know, I know what I deserve. I know what I want, and go for it. Go after it. Not be afraid to shut somebody off. When the faster you shut somebody off, it's the hardest thing to do, the more likely you're going to get what you want. Do you ever notice people that don't give a shit get what they want? Right? And I see the 8 of Wands. What I'm feeling for you is you got to move on quicker from things. Move on faster. The faster you move past something, the faster something will come in or they'll come back, right? But I think you're being asked to make quicker decisions and move past them. You're Scorpio. We stay too long. We question everything. Way too long. And then we start to doubt ourselves after we move forward, you know? But maybe I'm reading into it wrong. I love these cards. I'm going to have to get a new deck because these ones are not, they're all bent up. All right. Will I ever find a relationship again? That part is not over. If you look at you, if you think that it's over, you got so much time left. Timing is always an issue that when we get to a certain age. Thank you, Lauren Moon. Thank you, Cassius. Look at this. 3 of Swords. You're letting your heartache get, you're letting your broken heart get to you right now. You definitely have some wounds that are coming up right now. You know, and it's like we start to think that it's a timing issue at a certain age, but really it's expectations. We have such high expectations as we get older because we're more mature and we've come so far. When we were younger, we used to give everybody a chance. We just let things go and we trusted. I see the Magician. So the Magician is saying, yes, you'll find a relationship again. All right, it is coming together, but it's time for you to let go of a chapter and move forward to a clean start. I don't know if you're still moving or there's movement or travel. You may meet somebody when you're traveling, but it's all about where you're focusing your attention right now. Right now, I feel like the 3 of Swords is you're having a difficult time processing your emotions when it comes to disappointment and loss and heartbreak and pain. So, you know, right now, I would say be easy on yourself. You know, your fire, we got, you know, Chiron here, your wounds coming up that are going to be your biggest wounds about relationships right now are coming up for you. And so it's easy to hammer in on them and knock yourself down and think that it's not going to happen. But the Magician card is saying that you are very attractive and that you are and could, and it is going to work out for you, but it depends on what actions you're taking based off of what you're believing and where you're putting yourself. What kind of dynamics are you putting yourself in? And what kind of exceptions you're making, but assumptions and expectations. And I do see the Tower card, so something could come into your life unexpectedly. And we do have Aries and Scorpio energy right here. We have a lot of Aries energy right now. So I will say this, over the next, few weeks, give yourself a little bit of grace and know that this energy is going to shake shit up, especially in the love department, but it's going to bring up some of your deepest wounds that's holding you back from a relationship. But you are being asked to close a chapter and move forward with a clean slate. All right. Sherry McQueen. Sherry McQueen. So Cancer and Sherry, Taurus. All right, are in separation. Will we come back together? Ooh. Yeah, well, these two cards just fell out. Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. All right, so yes. All right, this is telling me you will get past some difficult situation. All right. It's not gonna seem like it's gonna happen when you least expect it, right? When somebody learns to appreciate whatever's gone on. You got the Six of Pentacles. You have 666 showing up. These cards just flying out. All right. It looks like in the past they didn't appreciate what you gave to them. They gave you a lot of mixed messages, confusion, on and off again. You're dealing with pride, ego in the past, maybe power struggle between the two of you, expectations. Maybe you felt like you weren't supported. There was arguments, distress, blame. It could have been a lot of things because you got the sixes here, but you're coming from the fives. And the fives say we had a lot of conflict. And in time, it's saying we'll move on from this conflict, but we both need to realize the part we played and where we weren't given and where we weren't receiving. Because you may need to be questioning where you weren't receiving and why you were allowing it. Why were you doing all the work? You know, what's going on here? And when you change and realize what part you played in it, right, of the receiving, that's when it comes back around, you guys move and things are in alignment. So I'm getting a yes. You got 3 sixes to confirm that you are moving out of a difficult situation. But I feel like your person needs to face their own ego issues and realize where they weren't supportive of you. And sometimes that does take, you know, moving on from a situation temporarily. Because when you're in the midst of a battle, you can't always see what's really going on. So the answer is yes. All right, Billy. What's that song? Billy, don't you have my number? Or don't you want my number? Or all right, so remember on Mondays, I'll be doing it this way from now on. Maybe Fridays, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to do the second super chats anymore. I'm just taking a break, but I'll do these quick ones at the end of, I think, Mondays and maybe Fridays. We'll see how I feel on Friday. But this is a lot smoother, a lot easier. All right. What is coming towards you in the next 6 months in your love life? I'll see if I can get, well, we're looking at the 6 months. So that's when. But how or what? All right. 3 of Wands. All right. So you are moving forward. There's definitely options open and the sky's open for you, right? So the sky's the limit. Let's see how this plays out. So the 3 of Wands is your overall energy, which is saying you just got to keep moving forward, right? If you've been hanging on to the past, looking at the past, right, it's time to let that go. Let it be. Like, you don't have to let it go. We all have a past, but let it be. All right, because there's opportunities coming towards you. So I see the 6 of Pentacles, I see the 7 of Cups, and I see the Chariot card. All right. So I'm seeing movement. I'm seeing travel. I'm seeing actually something to do with a vehicle and moving forward. It could be short distance. So this person does live around you in your community, maybe a town over or whatever, but it's not like across the world. All right. Could be a friend of yours, somebody that who works in money, works in finance, or somebody that you've given money to, or you've given to a charity, or you've given some energy to this person. It's a very supportive energy. Now, you do have the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Wands, which tells me you may meet a couple people before you meet the one. All right. But either way, the Chariot card is telling you a lot's going to change over the next 6 months where the momentum is picking up. Now you do have, you know, options, but if people come into your life and don't get stuck so quickly on the first person that shows up, is what I'm hearing. Make sure you're feeling like it's equal give and take. It feels natural, because somebody is going to be very grounded. It could be an earthy energy. It could be a Cancer that's coming towards you. So this could even be you taking action, going places, being a part of something where you put work into. So you may have to give more of your time to something else, right? That's how you're going to meet this person, or you're going to connect with this person, is through some sort of service. Now, maybe it's a dating service. Maybe it's somewhere where you're actually, you know, you work or anything like that, right? But I am seeing that you have options. So if none of them are fulfilling you, you have to move on from options that are not fulfilling you fast, so that you can make space for what's to come. All right. Any other signs? I do see Knight of Pentacles. So I'm seeing work. It could be a work relationship. It could be somebody that works in the same field as you. So a Virgo energy, but I am getting earthy energy for you, or a Cancer. Thanks, guys, for helping me out with that. All right. All right. Let's see. Will my Gemini resurface with commitment? All right. Well, soon I'll see if any cards give me a sort of a time frame. But let's just look at the next month or so. How soon? Be specific with timing if you can spare it. If not, if the cards are not specific with timing, it could be longer than you expect, right? But I don't want you to expect a certain time. All right. So let's see. Will your Gemini resurface? 6 of Cups, 2 of Wands, Page of Wands. So ultimately, you're getting a yes here. They will return. All right. They actually may be on the fence right now, so it seems sooner than later. Now, 2 days to 6 months, right? You pick your days, you pick your time, depending on where you focus your time, right? I am planning on reaching out to you. I do see, but you say commitment. This is where it could get a little bit. I do see you guys share a lot of emotions together. You have good times together, or they really are fond of you. One of them, right? You have an emotional connection, right? But I am seeing somebody who's more playful, more fun, more flirty. Keep things light, keep things casual at first, right? You know, it could level up to the Knight of Cups. It could grow into something, but I'm not getting a guarantee of a strong commitment. That could be what pushed them away in the first time. If they're feeling pressured for commitment, that could be what their biggest challenge is right now. And if that's what you're wanting right out the gate, it could slow the process down. But it does look like they will be returning. All right, let's see. JMM, and then I think I had Cindy. I have Cindy, and then I have Jennifer, and then I think I'm going to close up. All right. So is the Sag in love with you? Let's see. All right. Welcome. All right. Is the Sag in love with you? All right. Is the Sag in love with JM? Is the Sag in love with JM? Is the Sag in love with JM? Ooh. Well, these two cards came out. The Empress and the Six of Cups. So I'm going to say yes or fallen in love with you. All right. So there's something growing here. You just got to remember who you are. You know, let them keep growing on you. You just got to lean back a little bit. You know, with the, and know your worth. Bottom line with this, you see something's being formed, something's created between the two of you. And I do see your Sag right here at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands. Remember, Sages can be the freedom seekers, the hard to catchers when you're in love, right? It is the way it is. Sag, like, they like to skip past the routine stuff, the boredom stuff, and they want adventure and fun. And oftentimes Sagittariuses find themselves connected, or people who are after them that want commitment and serious security. So it makes a person who needs that hard to connect with Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, everybody loves Sagittarius, right? And you got a Sag moon, so yes, Sag moon's awesome. So it seems like, you know, you guys got a lot, that'll work, right? But it does feel like it's starting, something's starting between the two of you, and it could lead to long-term commitment with the Ten of Pentacles. So yay, good luck. All right. So let me see, Cindy. All right, trust your feelings. All right, Cindy. I got Cindy. All right, Cindy's here. Good. I got you and I've got Jen, and then I'm going to close up, guys. Next actions towards you. Next actions towards you. Next actions towards you. Next actions towards you. All right, this card flew out. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Looks like they're coming back around to change things around, all right? If you guys have been having a difficult time, they're starting to see that maybe they were focusing on, you know, what wasn't working out, or they were expecting something else and it didn't turn out. But maybe they weren't expecting to feel this way about you. So let's see, because I don't know the dynamic behind it. So let's see what's going on. I do see the Four of Wands, so it does feel like somebody wants to come home, or somebody wants to be around your home, or with you, or connect with you at an event. All right. So it does look like you guys are planning something, or planning a get together. I see the Ace of Wands here. Somebody here has got you on their mind and initiating conversation. All right. So this more passion here, and the Six of Cups is coming out again. All right. So it does look like their next actions towards you is reaching out, maybe turning something around. Maybe they said something, did something, or they ignored you, or they just weren't taking any action towards you. That's changing this week. All right. Four of Wands. Somebody could be missing you. I think that's exactly what it is. I don't think he was expecting to feel that way. You're welcome. All right, Jen. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I appreciate you guys. Remember, every Monday at 1 o'clock, Wednesday at 1, and Friday, I think 2 on Fridays. All right. Is he interested? If he's talking to anyone else, somebody will show up, or options will show up. Or is he interested? Let's see. right. Yes, he's interested. Page of Swords, right? But he's slow-ass to move. He's procrastinating. He thinks there could be, he's attracted to you, but there definitely could be somebody else he's interested in too. There's 2 queens showing up. So that's pretty clear. So yes, he's interested. He's got his eyes on you. He may even pay more attention to you than he lets on. Thinks you're hot. But the reason why he's not taking any action and he's procrastinating is because there could be somebody else he's talking to or thinking about. What should you do? The Magician. Don't lose focus. Don't let that lose your focus. Be careful what you ask for in tarot, guys. But don't let that lose your focus. All right. You got what it takes. This can work out for you. You know, stay focused, manifest this in. All right. But don't let that discourage you. That's your test. I mean, you got 2 queens there. It's not like he's looking at you like a page and somebody else like a queen. All right, guys. I love you. I am out before anybody else shows up, and I appreciate you guys. This is the rhythm of every Monday. So if you ever just want to come in and get a super chat on Mondays and Fridays. That chick ain't nothing. You got it. All right. I love you guys. Take care.